Okay, so let's see. Come on, come on, buddy. Let me have my mouse. There we go. Cat wants to play. Hang on, buddy. Stop, stop, stop. I gotta drive the carrier. Okay, you're good. Welcome to the Zen Bass Masters stream. We are going to begin our voyage of discovery, exploration aboard the carrier, Ardent Citadel. So first thing you got to do is get up to the command deck so we can see what we're doing. Piloting today is the commander of all missions like this, our cat Oracle. So I am Commander Marcus Amarper, and we have Captain Oracle, who will be fighting me every step of the way as we attempt to get this thing going. So all right, on there. Let me get going here. You're going to disembark and head on up to the bridge. Okay, hey, hold on, bud. See, he's already driving.
No gravity. Magnetic contact active.
All right, here we go. Where's the? Ah, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. Now, hang on, bud. Hang on, bud. So that's the rescue ship. Kind of our ardent rescue there, in case anybody actually needs rescue. That's our version of the fuel rats. Thank goodness for turbolifts. Ship has the problem that if you had to walk where you needed to go, and the movie would be over. It's just really enormous. All right, passing by the services. I don't know that anybody's actually on board the carrier with me right now, but doesn't matter. We planned all this out, and I know that the various cat. Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy. What did you do? All right, thank you. All right, here we go. Now, all right, perfect. Now we can see things. Let me see if I can get a kind of a picture of Marcus here. Let's see, where's my? Yeah, there he is. Okay, all right, bud. All right, bud. Hello there.
Hello.
Hey.
That's trying to get the audio part going.
Oh, that sounds good.
All right, let's go.
So we'll wait. For those watching, we are going to make a slight detour off of our scheduled course. I need to find a way to. Can I? Oh my God, cat! You're killing me. He's suddenly gotten very interested in playing, and he's resting on the keys and messing with the mouse. And okay, okay, bud. Yeah, we're going to make a slight detour. We're going to pick up one of our wayward commanders first, and then begin our jump sequence. And I'm kind of hoping that I haven't really had time to set this up, but I wanted to feature some of the exploration that's been done by the Ardent members while we're making these jumps. And the cat, of course, is trying to bite my hand to pieces. Hey, buddy, what are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah, vicious cat. He's a vicious cat, as he is. Okay, you gonna let go? You a good boy? There. Okay. Stop. Stay. All right. Right. So I need to pull up our course and kind of plot out where we're going. So let me, yeah, pardon me for doing a little bit of work off screen for a moment. But let's see here. Gotta find a cat. Whew. This is going to be challenging this evening with him as active as he is. But that's the problems of having a cat that you're captaining the ship. My gosh. So let's see here. It's way up here in the chat log. Way, 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 way up here.
What have I done?
You just don't delete your ship. That's all. All right.
No, I
There it
just
is.
wound up going all.
There we go.
Hit the wrong button. I made it all black. Try and get it back.
That's it up there. Okay. That's what I was looking for. All right. That's our first stop is that. All right. Great. Um.
Let me log. I'll be right back. Something weird's going on.
All right. All right. You do what you gotta do. Oh, they're flag runner. So we're getting organized. We're going to begin our jump sequence here shortly. Right now, our plan is to pick up one of the commanders. That hadn't had a chance to make it here yet, and he is there on audio. You can hear him. All right.
I'm getting in. I'll be in a second.
All right.
Can't remember the name of the station. Give me a second.
Hey, buddy.
It's middle of nothing. Batuta. Battuta.
All right. Well, let me see. See if we can find out where you're at. All right. I need the system name rather than the station name.
Sharur. Sharur.
All right. Let's see what that looks like. Okay. That's not too bad. Permit is required. We can't jump there. That's probably one of the starting area systems.
Yeah.
So
More like.
yeah. So
Let me
find a system that's close to that we can actually make. Let me. The carrier is not allowed to jump into permit lock systems, even if you have a permit otherwise, right? And that's to avoid it showing up and taking advantage of places like Shinrata Desra, which is kind of reserved for elite pilots and such like that. Bless you.
Sorry.
Okay, so I want to show. Let's see if I can see it here. I see the cat took off. He got a little frustrated with me not wanting to play with him. I do want to play with him, but not under these circumstances. So there was something about this show. Yeah, here it is. There it is. Starter zone systems. All right. Okay, so there's oh, excellent, good.
Yeah, I'm working on getting out of a station now.
So there's a system not far from you. Let me see if there's anything. No, you need a permit for it too. Thank you. How about this one? Okay, yeah, that one will work. TSI MSANG. Of course,
say again.
It's an anarchy system, but it's in that it doesn't require a permit. Let's see, that's TSI MSANG. Is that something that you can make? It's really close to Sharur there.
On here. All right. Star systems.
And I guess since the cat isn't here to entertain us, I'll just.
All right, say it off again.
That is TSI MSANG. Tango Sierra Indigo.
It don't give me that option.
You have to. Are you looking at the galaxy map and searching, or are you just looking at that navigation list?
I'm just looking at nav pane.
Yeah, go to the galaxy map because that's really where you need to be for this sort of thing.
Gotcha.
and our commander here has had the game all of one day, so please be patient.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
All right, so call it off one more time.
That's TSIMSANG, and you can type
Got
it
it.
up in the search. Okay, and then if you point at it with the mouse and hold the mouse button down on top of it, it'll plot a course to it, and if you can actually reach it.
Yeah, I should be able to.
So what's it saying for you?
Under his short leg.
Well, I've got highlighted. I'm just trying to get.
Yeah, I'm not sure, if you can or not. I'm not, you may have to buy something that can get out of that starter area, but we'll see. That doesn't look like it's any closer.
All right, so.
Hello.
Hey.
So our first jump of the evening is to go pick up Commander C there, but we first have to get him out of the starter area because the carrier can't jump in there.
Okay. You know what I was thinking about here?
What's that?
As I was looking at my vehicle, I was thinking about that I could return to the surface, right? So then the image came to me like if I'm on a carrier and I let myself be returned to the surface, I want to be like one of those bugs that gets on the side of your car windshields, as you're holding on as the thing's speeding down the highway, as we're doing these light speed jumps.
It will not let you do that, but yeah, it's an interesting image. We're all kind of sitting in our theater seat up here, and it's like smack. Wait, what? Where'd that come from?
I was thinking about. I was like, oh, I don't know if I can do that.
So how you doing, C? What's it looking like?
Got it set. I just got to figure out how to launch it.
Okay, well if you've set the course and it says you can get there, then lower left you can exit out of the galaxy map where it says back.
It's Nation Sim saying it's just trying to get it to take.
Well, what do you mean by to take? If it's plotted a course, you'll actually see the course, a line connecting the system that you're at to that system with any intermediate systems it has to go through to get there.
All that set up says. All right.
Hello.
Howdy.
We are we're getting ready for our first jump. It'll be to pick up Commander C, just getting out of the starter area, and then we'll move on to our other jumps.
Sounds like quite a bit of fun.
So we are making progress.
Indeed, I just got here.
All right. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I'm up
Hello
on the
up there.
on the bridge. Yeah. All right. So if the course is set, you can exit out of the galaxy map by hitting back in the lower left. And then you can launch from wherever you're at, and you'll see the next system you need to head towards as your target.
Yeah.
and you hit J, and you'll jump to that system. Is it looking good? Does all that make sense?
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember to get back out to the nav pane. There we go.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening. Yeah, we are getting prepared to make our jumps. We're gonna pick up Commander C first thing, and then we're on.
Nice. Sorry
Okay.
for my delay.
Oh, not at all. I mean, we're just getting started here, so. And, I told him that system name. I need to jot it down myself. Yeah, hang on a second. Yeah, that's not what I want. Let's see, galaxy map.
Sorry.
All right, let's try that again. Over here, navigation, galaxy map.
I've got. Come on. Why have I got a red light for? Oh, I know what it is. Let's see
That
if
one.
that'll do it.
Okay. That's TSI-MSANG. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and get the carrier going, headed that way. Is everybody aboard that was otherwise other than Commander C?
Far as I know.
Okay.
If not, they're gonna have a hell of a game of catch up to play.
Yeah, that's right.
Which are you on? Which private group session?
For you, it doesn't matter. Do you have? We're in the Marcus M. Harper private group session.
Yeah.
But if you don't have Odyssey, you won't be able to come up to the bridge and see this. So I'm seeing a couple of our commanders up here, and we may have others like in open, that are just hanging out.
I'm gonna sit in the middle.
Yeah, I think the best view's down here, and kind of in the middle too. It's just wherever you want to pick.
Let me look. Let me look at that again. What the armrests aren't lined up right.
Okay, well, you'll just have to find a different place to put your beer. I mean, come on now. All right now. So I'm going to get the carrier spun up here for our first jump, and we're headed to that system that I just talked about to you. See?
Oh, it's exciting.
All right.
It's not going to have quite enough gas.
Okay, wait. Okay, so let's back up. And what do you mean? What are you saying there?
7's about all I can do. 7's
Hmm.
about all I can do.
Okay, well, do you have enough to purchase an adder at this point?
I do not.
Okay.
How much? I've only got like 18,000 is it.
All right. So we need to figure out a way to get you out of the starter area. Normally what you do is you run missions until you can purchase a ship that has longer legs and get out of there. But you just haven't had time to do that.
Right.
So so the folks that are here, would you do a little bit of research and see what system a Sidewinder can reach from the starter area?
Let's see.
The Oracle of Google might help us there.
Just so happens I happen to have Inara open on a separate tab. Let me see if it helps.
Can we watch from the flight deck?
What'll happen is you'll have an experience of the jump, but you won't be able to see the outside.
Right.
That's just a limitation of not having Odyssey. So again, only people that have Odyssey will be able to come up and see what you're seeing on the stream.
I can watch it on the stream. Fair enough.
Yep. And actually, that's not the button I wanted. Okay, we're trying to figure out a system for you there, see?
Yeah, I'm looking around.
What system is he in right now?
Yeah, hang on. Let me get that
LA,
for you.
are you in the LHS 3347? Is that the starter one?
That is the neck of the woods. He was in. You read it off to me a minute ago.
Sharer or
Sharer.
something.
Yeah, Sharer.
Yeah.
And I see, you can see the cluster of systems. The cat has returned. Hello, cat. And it's clear that there's a gap all around that cluster, but there's probably got to be equally has to be a way out. Okay, hold on. I think the cat is going to be back to entertain us. Let's see if I can convince him to stay put. What are you doing, buddy? Here he is. Yeah. What you up to, man? The carrier's captain has returned. Let's see if the camera will cooperate with us. There he is. Yeah, you make yourself comfortable. He's very interested in navigation right now. He's peering at the dots. He's going to start pawing, and the carrier's going to go in random directions here shortly. I actually am looking at this, and
Can he not jump up to Azoth and then jump to Daha Dedi or whatever it's called? Because that looks fairly close by, and it's not, and it's just outside the Federation systems.
or LSE 239. Let's see. Yeah, let's try another one there. See if you can plot a course to it.
I got about 7 light year range. That's all I got.
Well, we understand that, but it's hard for us to see the distance between stars with this interface. Maybe somebody who's using an ARA or EDSM, which are like web interfaces, for different purposes. They may be able to measure that, but you're the one that can see easily where things are relative to you.
Let's see. Do this.
So another system that you might look at is LSE space 239. Lima Sierra Echo space 239. Okay, Echo decided that was interesting. Hush, Echo. Echo, stop. Echo, stop. Echo, stop. It's ignoring me. It's on a roll. It has a lot to say.
What was the number again?
Let's see.
LSC what?
LSE space 239. Echo, stop. I'm going to pull the plug. Okay, there we go.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
that's twice what I can do.
Well, hold on. You're not making it in a single jump.
I got you. Okay.
The route should go through Leah Fail, and you're probably like 2 or 3 jumps away from it. Right? So that's why you're setting a course. The way you do that is within the galaxy map. If you're looking at the system that you want to, you click on it with a left mouse button and hold, and that will first center it, and holding it actually plots a course. And the course.
I've got it set.
Okay, the course is set.
I think I might have found one there. Down below Sharer, there's a system called Design or Design. It's DSYNE. Looking on Inara, it says it's 6 light years away from Sharer.
Okay, well that one's actually closer, I think. So let's try that one first. So could you spell that for C?
DESYNE.
Got it.
It's just right there, right below the system that you're in.
Alright, let me look at it here. Alright.
Within range.
It's a brown dwarf.
Yeah, that won't matter for us. But, yeah. What's that looking like to you, see? Is that good?
I thought I had it. Come back here.
It's running away from it.
Rogue Star.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, right.
That's a terrifying thought.
Kinda is.
Just be chilling in Super Cruise going through somewhere and all of a sudden, ah!
Arg.
Comes out of nowhere and
I'm
eats you.
actually trying to get Tiasa over there.
Oh, is Tiasa in the starter area?
Yeah, I think I got it.
Yeah, Tiasa was in the starter area.
Okay, great. Yeah, you can confirm if that's a reachable destination.
It should be. It's within range. I think it's 6.
It's on a different system.
Desyne. All right. Well, let me look at the carrier nav and see if that's something that we can reach with the carrier. I think it is. It looked good. Hitting buttons, more buttons. There we go. The carrier. Navigation. Open galaxy map. That was DESNE.
DESYNE.
ESY. Got it. Okay. Distance in the carrier, 58 light years. It is a. Looks
I
like
get
a
lined
valid,
up on it.
It's a valid destination. Let me wait to make sure that you can reach it. See.
I should be able to. There we go. Now I got it squared up.
All right, we're en route. Take 15 minutes.
Wonder how much longer it'll take for my Crate Mark II to get here.
Is it still en route?
Yeah, I'm gonna go check on that real quick.
All right, I'll sit down over here. What's the view
I've got
like?
all my important ships are here. The Crate Mark II is just something that I picked up as I was on my way here.
Okay.
I'm en route.
Excellent. We're there. We'll show up eventually. You just kind of hang tight and dodge pirates for a while. Let me. I guess I'll go up here for the first jump on the command deck. We're going to be doing several jumps tonight, so we'll look at it from different angles. All right, Captain Share. Now I want you to note, I've got Carl, our flight controller, and also kind of wayward navigator, and he always plays games on his iPad. That's all he does all day. I walk down there and say, Carl, come on, man. And he's like, yeah, here, high score, look, see? Oh my gosh. This one doesn't even touch the keyboard. It's just like, yeah, it's all automated, man. Once you set the controls, the only people doing any work are the engineers downstairs, and we never see them to complain. Actually, they do. They show up in the bar and they're complaining about it. Man, the work conditions around here. Woo. So.
Wow.
Oh golly. So we're about 13 minutes 20 seconds to jump.
18, 19, 21.
Yeah, he is. He's kind of playing Tetris. Flag runner's there telling us what game he's playing. He kind of is, the guy on the right. I think that's supposed to be like a systems display, and again, he's like, it's all automated, man. I don't have to press anything. I don't even see red flashing buttons.
Okay.
I think
I
that's
know
because...
how far out. I found out how far out my Crate Mark II is.
Oh yeah?
It will get here 8 minutes after we leave.
I wonder what that's going to do to it. I mean, it's going to be chasing us all damn night. It's like, wait, what? Where'd it go? I've actually...
I wonder if I have to pay for it again.
That's what I was wondering, if the price would increase.
I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Why don't you check on it after we do the jump and see what the status is real quick before we do the next jump.
Cheese.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Yep. Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna go over here and sit by you. Is this your first flight?
For me, yeah. No second.
Yeah, poor C literally just got his account straightened out yesterday, or maybe the day before, and it's like, you know how real life gets in the way of doing things. Yeah.
Oh, I hate it when that happens.
For those interested, Odyssey is actually on sale for $26 on EpicGames.com.
Yeah, but it's kind of tied to Epic, right? So
Yeah.
I'm not sure you'd be able to transfer that license over. Although C managed it. C managed to. I guess you had to call Frontier Support to get all that straightened out with your Steam key.
Yeah, I said stuff round and round with them over email, and finally was able to get to it while I was sitting at the doctor's office.
Right.
Well, Emerald is on the Epic launcher version and doesn't have it carried over to Steam, and she managed to land onto the carrier. She doesn't have Odyssey, she just has Horizons, but
That's all I got.
apparently they still talk to each other.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's the same. It's PC version, right?
PC
But
version,
yeah.
same. The console version, no.
Uh-oh. No. Okay, we're at a dangerous point here. The cat is returned and is going to press those buttons that the guy on the right avoids pressing. So yeah. Okay, you're good, buddy. I'm trying to coax him into a reasonably safe position, away from the glowing things. Let's see if we can get the cat cam back on the cat here.
Doom, 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 doom.
I'm going to find a better way to do this with the cat, but it's all I got right now. So, all right, buddy, you're good. You're chill. Yeah, you're a good boy.
T-10.
That's right. Get ready
Crate
for
Mark
fireworks,
2 is
buddy.
T-17.
Yeah, it just ain't happening.
No.
We're at this point. It's possible to cancel the jump sequence up to the 10-minute mark, but at this point we're committed. So whatever's going to happen is going to happen.
All we can do is wait and see.
That's right. And the cat wanders off again. And he just really he's into everything tonight.
I mean, the ship has insurance. It'll be fine.
Carrier doesn't.
Oh no.
Well, it in theory it doesn't need it. It's supposedly the carrier's indestructible, but you say that, and we're going to run into Thargoids or something like that. You guys down there in the theater seating, you see little bud splatters, like Ace was talking about before. But instead of it being Ace's SRV with hot dogging on the pads, it's little bits of Thargoids that are coming through as we're going through witch space. What are all these bugs on the windshield?
Meanwhile, I'm just back here chilling in the bar.
We can drop our SRV on the pads?
I don't. I'm okay. It was Ace's idea, but I don't think you can. I don't think you can. I think I already see the skid mark where he docked. And now I don't. Now I'm picturing the SRV races. Going back and forth these pads here. So, I mean, this thing is 3.5 kilometers long. It's good grief.
So, which pad did you dock at? Because I know which one I'm at. Yeah.
I'm on pad 6, I think.
Yeah, because and that's another thing. Because you folks are on Horizons rather than Odyssey, you're actually in a different instance of the private group.
Right.
But it's one big carrier. The carrier transcends it all. The carrier exists in all zones.
So wait, the carrier is actually playing favorites with where they're going to put us.
It's all Carl. It's Carl that makes those decisions. I mean, he's the guy that's down there with the iPad, getting his high score. He probably does it randomly. He's probably there, he's playing his Galaga or whatever, and he says, okay, yeah, 3, whatever. Can you have a big ship? Okay, great. 2. Yeah, I like that number. Beep, 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 beep. It's Carl.
At the top of my screen, I see 14 and 15. I'm not sure which one I'm on, so.
Yeah,
I think it's
I actually
good.
can't tell from here. So that's a
Looks
crazy
like
thing. We got this carrier, but we don't know who's aboard.
right. I think
Well,
it's
so we have lousy customs.
maybe 12. If I look out, I don't know.
Right.
You know,
Numbers are
if you
hard.
Numbers are hard. That's right.
if you've watched Fifth Element, you know, might want to make sure your landing gear isn't carrying an extra priest or anything in it too. So
That's right. Yeah.
Hey, you can go a lot faster with your landing gear up. I learned that yesterday.
yeah, it's useful.
That's true. Yes.
Today I learned that those little angry red new stars not healthy to try to refuel on too. So
Today I learned that a certain railroad company knows how to close the fucking gate properly because it was closed today.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. There you go. So,
No, this is tricky.
I'm pointing at the commander. Point.
yeah, I see it.
Hi up there.
Hello now. You're actually pointing at Carl, saying, "Carl, speak," and he's about to actually.
Lol.
Five minutes.
Yep.
So it looks like the stream has about a 45-second delay.
That sounds about right.
I'm seeing what emotes are assigned to what numbers on the number pad.
So you two can hit random keys and get random emotes. You know, situationally inappropriate, but still amusing.
Okay, so 1 is wave,
Right. Right.
2 is agree,
Yes.
3 is disagree,
No.
4 is go,
In 4 minutes.
5 is stop,
No. Can't stop now.
6 is applause, 7 is salute, and that's it. There's nothing on 8 and 9. So 1 through 3 on the number pad is emotes, and then you just like press B and it's point.
On the oh, it's on the number pad you mapped these. All right. Okay.
Yeah, not the top row numbers.
Right. I was wondering because, of course, that's where your weapon selection stuff is in Odyssey. So, instead of that would be your way of dealing with problems. Instead of pulling your pistol, you wait.
You point at them.
That's right.
Pew.
Pew pew.
It's already got Ardent Citadel mapped as a destination point.
Okay. Hey. See, go there now if you can, because you'll see us arriving.
All right. There's the big countdown in the
You'll
sky.
love,
There
you'll
it
love
is.
that. It's pretty spectacular.
You've got 3 minutes.
You got 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Use your super
Head
cruise
to the command
assist
deck seating area immediately.
and just be there and all sorts of fun.
oh no, temporarily suspended. I was just gonna challenge crews to seeing if we could, jump out, launch, do a lap around the carrier, and land back on
Well-
here before we actually take off.
No.
It actually
No. It's saying no.
yeah.
Red lights are flashing. Carl's looking excited. He's really hitting that iPad hard.
I just tried to interact with the shipyard after it said that all the services were suspended, and as soon as I interacted with it, it escorted me back up to the bridge.
It's a suspended service, so yeah, that makes sense.
It put me in the hangar down below.
Right.
Yep.
It put me in the seat that has the armrest jammed up in the middle.
Well, hey, I told you, you just had to figure out a way to hold your beer. 2 minutes.
Apparently, I couldn't convince Carl that a few bungee cords were enough to keep me up top there, so I didn't have to come below.
Uh huh.
I could use the Floridian hurricane thing. Just strap myself to a tree. Find something large out there, strap myself to it. I'm good.
That won't work here. Watch the stream and you'll see why.
Oh, it's fine. It's just a flesh wound.
Oh no, it's not.
That rock won't. That rock won't hit me. I'm sure of it.
You're immune to rocks?
No, but it's a tiny spot to hit.
Okay, I understand.
I mean, space is pretty big. What's the chances of that rock hitting one person?
Right.
In Jay's
Extremely
case,
high because there are a lot of.
that's right. Yeah.
Wait.
I mean, he's got duct tape. He's got himself plastered on the
No.
side of this thing.
I've got something even better. It's called space parasailing.
Oh boy. We're really giving you bad
Space
ideas.
hang
man.
gliding.
Yeah. Okay, engines are spinning up now. About 30 seconds to go.
Definitely not a safe system. I'm glad I'm not carrying any cargo.
Mm.
30 seconds.
Hopefully, this ain't gonna be like no event horizon sort of situation.
Oh, just close your eyes. It won't hurt much. Here we go.
Heimdall!
Okay, it's a good thing I was inside. That rock would have hurt.
Yes. And we should be coming out here in just a few seconds.
On the bright side, the stream's going to say it's got 22 seconds left. So
Your stream's off of mine, because mine's only got about 5-second delay on it. So.
I thought that's what mine started at. But I don't know. Probably commercial or something.
Yeah. This thing, when it's flying, sounds like my digestive system after Taco Bell, though.
Oh boy.
Oh, dude, I want Taco Bell now.
You had to mention it, yeah. Okay, that's it. That's our first jump. Woo.
Complete.
Well, all
Did-
right, where'd you go?
See, were you lucky enough to actually see us arrive?
I was. That was actually really cool.
Cool, all right. Well, good. Dock on up and let us know when you're there. And then we'll proceed on to our first destination in the black.
Oh,
no,
can
wait
you
a
show
minute.
me?
Hold on. Otis wants to check on his... yeah, go ahead. Check on your crate first. I'm just going to get a seat.
Wait till it gets, about within 5 minutes, and oh yeah, that lightning would have hurt.
Man,
Forget
it's
the
dark.
rock.
This was a brown door system, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah,
It still says it's en route to the current location, and it's got 6 minutes left.
Hey, we'll take it, man. We'll take it. This next jump's going to be 500 light years, so, hey.
Right. Just
We'll see.
have
We'll see
your
if it's even at 6 minutes after that.
Hey, if it doesn't charge you extra, I think you just found a way to game the system. You can get things delivered much further away if we just move the Citadel around a bit.
That's
and
right.
Have
If
it delivered.
If we move the Domino's store to the next city, then yeah, your pizza will get there next week. Yeah, all right. Or the week before that. I kind of like this dark effect. When you're seeing the carrier's lights and it's pretty cool. So you say that the carrier showed up as a targetable object, E?
Yeah,
I bet
Sweet.
you won't shoot it.
or before it actually popped in.
Okay, so that's how folks have been able to capture video of carriers arriving, because I guess the game, when it commits the carrier to the jump, has to create the carrier object in the destination system and shows it to everybody. So, okay, that makes sense. That makes a certain amount of sense. All right, nice.
Speaking of seeing, if you're up there looking out over the carrier, do you see, like, if I were to, I'm not saying if I were to come in hot and skidding across the top of the
You mean
The
where the
surface
skid marks are already?
yeah.
That would be impressive.
I've seen it. It is. Yeah. He uses the crash and they'll fix it later method of landing. Oh, I'm here. No, because unfortunately you're in a different version. You're in Horizons. But if you were in Odyssey and in this private group, then yeah, we'd see you hot dogging it all day, and then we'd see the carrier guns shoot you down. So it's depending on how.
Will not engage if you're flying back.
They have to be able to detect you first.
Who
This
said
I have
that?
learned from doing.
Well, fly. Hey, Carl, is that true? You're the one with the gun control. You know, he's still playing this game. Okay. So, Otis, you good? You think? Actually, let's wait and let your crate get aboard, and then we'll do that first jump. By that time, I'm sure C will be here as well. What's your status, C?
Aboard.
You are aboard?
Joe Pollock is aboard.
Sweet. Okay. You're the man. Wow. Mission accomplished. There you go. That is the appropriate random button press.
Had to remember which one it was.
I know. I want to just take a look out the bar window to see what might be out there.
Lovely view.
And you let me know whenever your crate gets here, and then I'll set the next destination.
Okay, a few minutes.
Yeah, you can go ahead and set the next destination now, because it'll take 15 minutes to charge up anyway.
Yeah. I'm just wondering. I guess it's when the services shut down that it actually can't arrive anymore. So.
Yeah, it's 2 minutes out. 2.5
look
minutes.
At this guy. Man. Okay, he's dozing on the job. But guys, I got bad news for you. We're about to spin up again. Poor guy.
Hey, Cruz did say he was AFK, so.
Oh yeah, this is the perfect time to do it. That's right. Okay, so here we go.
They're just representations of. But if you've ever seen him try to fly his vehicle, I'm pretty sure that's the way he looks when he's actually out in space as well.
Oh, poor Cruz. Navigation. Okay. Open galaxy map.
Management.
And our
Oh,
first
this looks so much
stop
different.
is hole 359, sector JUHA273. And make sure that that's still in range. Yeah, 465 light years. Okay, double check.
Those systems I made
259, sector JUH.
20,000 credits.
73. Oh, nice. Okay, destination set.
Do you fit the carrier in any similar way that you do?
Yeah, let me show you that, since you probably haven't seen the carrier management interface.
No.
Okay, well, let me bring that up again.
Because you were talking about that, and I was like, well, what is the range? And then the next thought is, then
the range
therefore,
is
how do you
fixed.
affect it?
Yeah, you can't change the jump range of the carrier, but what you can do is change the services that it provides, and that's here. And that's similar to module fitting. Some services came with the carrier, but most didn't, and you have to pay a lot. And there's a certain amount of space that they take up, and you see the carrier has essentially a interior space capacity of 25,000 units, which could be split between cargo, of which we have a lot. Most of it's tritium fuel.
Right.
Or the space required for these services, or the space required for, like, here, the shipyard. The shipyard has a certain amount of stock, some adders that you can, and haulers you can buy, and you can get a Cobra, Vipers, that sort of thing. So you can actually buy that from our shipyard, but those take up space, like that, 5,000 units for all those ships, and then same thing for the modules. So that's what you're doing with balancing thing, and the modules, those services, cost multi-millions of dollars, multi-millions of credits rather, to install on the carrier, and then they add to the weekly upkeep. And as you can see, our weekly upkeep on the carrier is up to 32 million credits a week. So that's how much we're deducting. Well, 33 million. No, look at it. Because we have all these services turned on. And most of them are in some way or other, kind of necessary for the exploration mission that we're doing. But this fund that we have, nearly 1.5 billion credits, should last us well over the 8 months, outside estimate of this whole trip. And then we have to figure out what we want to do next, and probably make more money so we can go further. But we'll figure that out when we get there. But yeah,
I guess that begs the question then. So obviously I've done some of the exploratory stuff, exploration missions type of things, or just general scanning. How is the the cartography earnings done when you're talking about a bunch of individual pilots on one of these things? Is there a way where we all
So you're in the ship right now. This will look a little different, but yeah, you'll have it'll look a lot different in the ship. You'll have a stellar cartography turn-in option while in the ship.
Right.
And as you
I've
see,
done that actually.
kind of up top, you'll see on this interface where it's showing service tariffs. The carrier charges a little bit for the use of the services, and it's the same for the redemption service and for stellar cartography, or universal cartographics rather. The carrier gets a cut, and it's not a big cut, but it adds up if you have a lot of pilots. That's basically how it works. It's not going to pay for itself because the weekly upkeep on that's in the millions, and it just depends on how many people came along, right? And we actually have no way of knowing that. We know about us, in this group, between the Horizons and Odyssey clients, just because we know. But I put this out on the Elite forums and in a couple other places, and got some responses. There might be other commanders that are along for the ride now, and we just don't know it. There's just no interface to indicate who all is aboard the carrier right now. So I was planning on trying to measure that based on the fund, to kind of see if it grows more than I expect it to, because that would indicate that people are using the services. And
Right.
But we'll see how it goes. I kind of expect there are other commanders, and they again, they don't really have a way to communicate with us, unless they're trying to in comms.
I guess it's a big ship.
It is a big ship, yeah. Let me see if comms has anything. Probably not. Nah.
Are you sure Carl there isn't just like in Skype or something chatting with people? You could just ask him who he's...
Hey Carl, who are you talking to? And high score, man. New high score. Okay, that's Carl.
Oh,
Hold on, you gotta get up here. So my plan, and again, I haven't really had a chance to prepare for that tonight, but as we go through this, I'm going to do a stream of the jumps every time we do a sequence like this. And what I want to do is feature anything of note that you folks have come across, and that's why please take screenshots. If you find something that's just wow, blows you away, take a screenshot, and if you remember, jot down the system, the place that you were at. That way others can come by later and see the same thing. That's really goes far on the Elite forums. People like to share the exploration discoveries like that. But make sure you get credit for it first. Another kind of a claim to fame thing is we're going to hopefully into places that have not been discovered or looked at by other commanders, so that you'll get first discovery credit whenever you go to a planet or system. Your name will be associated with discovered by whoever, and other commanders, when they come by, will see that. Same thing in the Odyssey client. There's a separate first footfall. If you're the first commander to set foot on a body, that's noted separately. So there are two ways to get first credit. But I think, yeah, you can be out here just for the credits, but it's not really the fastest way to get credits in Elite. I think we proved that with the Ardent Wall. That's one of the fastest ways right there. Just AFK, sit at a icy field and let rats shoot at it and get destroyed. There are even faster ways. I think somebody lately has. Okay. I guess I'll take my seat. So, yeah, I really like the view from down here because it's almost like being in an IMAX theater. Just yikes.
Yeah.
So, gosh, what was I talking about? So yeah, it's not the best moneymaker in the world, but that's not the point. I think I would advise all of you to use this as a relaxation tool, because one thing that Elite Dangerous does really well is give you occasional gems that are just beautiful. You're flying along and you see a conjunction of planets. The sun is shining through a ring near a gas giant, and you're in the shadow of it, and you just see kind of that sunrise. That just takes your breath away. And you'll come across things like that are just total surprises, and you'll kind of get an idea of what to look for. Planets that are co-orbiting each other very closely, so you might be able to see one from the other, or moons that are traveling very quickly around a sun or another planet. That's interesting to note about the orbital bodies, because in the case of moons, rings, anything that orbits another thing, you're actually orbiting the other thing. So if you sit there long enough, you'll see sunrise and sunset as you orbit around the thing. And if it's a moon that's very close to another planet, you can actually have an orbit in less than an hour and just see it just go all the way around and watch the whole thing. So there's some really fascinating, amazing things to see out there. You're not guaranteed to find it. It's luck of the draw. It's like sometimes it's winning the lottery. Sometimes you just hit all day long.
It's 100%, Brett.
What's the Thanks. So
that's right.
What
it's
are the
thing. Yeah.
So, just curious, I'm asking for a friend. Any law enforcement for people who could have outstanding, bounties or anything on them?
How the hell did you manage to get an outstanding? No. We're going to Colonia eventually, and there is law enforcement there. But we're already after this jump, we're far away from law enforcement. There's not going to be any pirates or enemy players as long as you're in the private group, or local authorities. I will note that the carrier and the squadron that we formed around it is associated with the Colonia faction. They're the builders of the Colonia area. So if you do manage to incur fines and factions, that's who you're penalizing against the carrier. I mean, that's who you're actually going to end up having to pay. But you can pay all that in the redemption office here in the carrier, assuming the carrier doesn't shoot you. So
redemption office.
Yeah, that's one thing it's for, is to pay those fines, collect combat bounties. But another thing the redemption office is for, importantly, is a feature of exploration is the codex.
Codex discoveries.
Codex discoveries, right? And those you can redeem at the redemption office. They're pretty valuable as you come across them. It is possible to get first discovery codex discoveries, but it's rare, because most people have already discovered what there is to discover, and the stuff that's left is really hard to find. So,
In the,
they've-
like
yeah.
in the past week, I've gotten like 7 first discoveries.
Yeah, of systems probably though, right?
Yeah,
Of not codex
of
discoveries.
entire systems.
Right, exactly. And that hopefully is going to be fairly common where we're going because the people haven't been there yet. It's a big galaxy, you know, and I think I heard within the past year that all this activity over the past 10 years or so, the commanders have mapped maybe a fraction of a percent of it, 0.01% of the galaxy. All this activity that people have been doing back and forth. 10 years of jumping around.
To the
So,
deck immediately. Okay.
sit down, Otis. Get your beer. Quick. Are you good?
So you're saying there is still places out there to be found?
That's right, absolutely. And there's some legendary places too. Raxala. Look up Raxala someday, and you'll hear all sorts of crazy stories.
I just want to go to Polaris.
That's possible.
You need a system permit for it.
Yeah,
It's
really?
permit locked.
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't. Okay, I hadn't actually looked. So
Now, beer time.
there you go. Yeah, we are.
Well,
we're
specifically apple cider, but it still counts.
About 2 minutes left. Okay, that must be real life.
It is.
Okay, well I'm cool with that. And all I get is like Diet Mountain Dew. So
Apple Barn Winery, 220 Apple Valley Road, Sevierville, Tennessee.
that works.
I just wanted to be sure that this wasn't like, a Truman Show thing where you're like, hey, we're gonna go out here and look for new discoveries, and you're gonna pull down a map and say, I'm sorry, everything's been pretty much
No,
discovered by now.
it's possible. This first place we're going to is only 2,500 light years away from the bubble, and that's actually in realistic terms of this game, not that far. But the next jump and the next jump and the next jump, it gets further and further away into more and more isolated places, and the likelihood of first discovery goes up dramatically.
Wait, so you're saying I could still shuttle people, just use the carrier as my jump vessel?
Yeah, that's right. That's actually something that people do. Get those like
Right.
50 million passenger missions, and carriers are regularly making the trip between the bubble and wherever, Colonia and Sag Star and Beagle Point and all the the major must-see places for explorers, and they do that. Yeah, I've heard of it. So you have a viable business model there. You just have to pay the carrier enough. Hey man, you going this way? Get your digital hitchhiker ready, yeah.
It's only 32.96 million credits a week to
That's
rent
right.
out if you wanna.
Well, it's only one of those missions, right? So all we have to do is make the
Exactly.
trip out there once and back. Which, by the way, it's 32 million credits plus the cost of the fuel, which is not insubstantial. This one's going to be expensive.
Frame shift drive activated.
Oh god, yeah.
So, when I was sitting out there watching, let's see, about now is when I started seeing the carrier, I started seeing the echo effect of the carrier coming in.
Right.
It was kind of distortion in space, and then stretched out, looked like a thundercloud, and then you got bunches of lightning.
Base static.
Whoa, there we go. So it looks like this system is Braundorf.
Looks like I'm not scooping fuel here.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, before the jump was done, this side, I was able to target the carrier, communicate with it to.
All right. So that's that's interesting. I mean, I'm sure if you don't, I wonder if you're quick enough whether you would actually be able to dock while it's in motion like that. That that would be an interesting exercise someday.
Okay, so we're literally the only orbiting body in this system.
Probably, yeah.
We are.
Okay, well, let me fire up the next one and check on the status here. All right, let's see here.
You
Let's
know,
open up Gal Map real quick and see what we got going on here.
Bit of stuff around here, but a lot of red.
Fuel is good. That took about 25% of our fuel. That was expected. All right. The fuel tank is 1,000 units. We're carrying more than that in the cargo hold, so we may have to. I may have to transfer some here later. All right.
Government none. Economy none. State none.
That's right. We're 500 out at this point. We're about to be 1,000.
I was reading the
This is
specs
about
for
30
Florida.
jumps from my thing.
Hear enough tales from crews that
Okay, next one.
that's lawless lands down there where he's at. And if you're lucky enough to get them to close a railroad gate.
Right.
Yeah.
um,
Oh. I gotta spell it right.
our little
that?
ships. If they were able to, would be a
Okay.
little bit of
Let me
trouble,
look at that
but
again.
it might be worth it for them to launch, honk, and land again.
Yeah, just to see what's here. If you want to do that, what he's talking about is getting the exploration data for the system that we're in now. And anybody that wants to do that, sure. But you have to go into Super Cruise to do it. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
So and then you have to turn around and come back.
Bet.
XC154. Let's look at that again. Okay, 498 point. It's right at the edge of the range.
498.
It should be there. Let's see. No, it didn't like it. That's okay. Let's we'll pick another one. We're right close to that. It's not gonna kill us.
What is the exact range?
500 light years is our max jump range.
Chain capability, yeah, I see that on that screen there.
So let's see. So let's see. How about this one back here? 488. That is HXK. All right. Yeah. So it couldn't quite make that one that was a fraction below 500, but this one it's okay with. That doesn't upset me all that much. All right. So this will be jump number 2 of 5. All right. Yeah, I haven't actually looked up during. I just realized that we have windows in the ceiling here. Kind of curious what it looks like up there. Might do that next time. Make sure, Carl, you got the countdown going? Yeah, he does. All right, it's all good.
Do you see me out here?
What?
See you about where?
Yeah, I do actually. Oh man, hey, the countdown's going, man.
I know. Auto launch deactivated. Let's give everything a quick look-see here.
You got 14 minutes. Actually, you've got
Less.
less.
9 minutes.
Yeah, 9 minutes.
8 minutes and 50 seconds? Something like that?
No, he flew off. He took off. But
This
you're
does
gonna...
not look like...
Oh, there he is. I see him. He's coming back. Oh, hey, yeah. Hello there.
How's it going?
Can you actually see us from there?
I can.
I'll be. Yeah, nice. What was it? 1 was wave? Or that was point?
There's your
I don't
screenshot
think-
right there.
Yeah.
Everybody go to the glass and take your picture.
Turn on your lights.
Yeah. That's something else. Yeah, waggle for us. There you go. I'm
I see
impressed
you in
that
there.
I am impressed that you could do that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, make sure you're taking a screenshot of us because I want to see that whenever we're all said and done with this.
Let me just scoot in a little closer. Hopefully I won't bump anything. Oh, listen to those klaxons.
Yeah, you bumped something.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw the flash. Let's see here. Screenshot for that.
You start seeing fissures in the
That's right.
glass there or whatever. That
Turn
might
off
want to start
night
worrying.
vision.
Yeah, the guys down there in repair are going to remember, okay, we know why you had that fissure there. Yeah.
And they're gonna leave it there.
Yeah. Just to remember. Yeah, you better get back. We don't want to leave you out here.
It doesn't look like a real hospitable area for. I guess you get about 6 minutes or so.
That, you can't really see it well because it's so dark, but that's a Diamondback Explorer that he's
Ow.
trying to crack the bay window with.
I forgot the tail on this thing's pretty long.
Yeah, it's pretty long. And okay, great. You just clean the windows with the exhaust.
Need your windows cleaned? Here, I'll fix that.
Yeah, thanks. Oh, good grief. And I looked back at Carl. He's like, he shrugs. Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, contacts, request docking.
Yep.
Sit back and enjoy the ride.
Yeah, watch it close just as you're getting their services unavailable. That's right.
That would be sad.
That would be sad. I think it's to the point of no return right now, or it's about to be. Yeah, it's 30 seconds away. I can't really cancel it. But everybody can see how how this thing docks things. It's actually very reminiscent of your docking methodology, Ace. It just kind of crashes them in.
Comes in pretty hot and heavy.
Yeah.
Dock pad 16.
When I decided just to add a little excitement.
See how
run
it's just
things-
going straight at the thing, and then at the last possible minute,
It
kind of straightens out.
takes its turn.
Yeah.
They give us brakes for a reason, you know. Reverse thrusters.
Yeah.
Brakes are with it.
The hell you say?
You learn a lot when you run things, let's say, are less than legal in the marketing. in the market. You learn how to land quickly and avoid scans and things like that. But it doesn't come without a few bumps and bruises along the way.
Yeah. Well, good deal.
There's no truth to the rumors that those red little indentations in the carrier were from haphazard landing attempts.
You make no claims of responsibility, right?
What is the big panel there? Are these just sort of random decorative things, or if you look at some of the digital displays there, do they actually show information?
A few do. You'll notice some of them, like I may not have one up here. You know, like all this is random stuff. It's the Tetris game, right?
Right.
But some of these will show, like you see, it's actually showing the current time in UTC in the upper right. You know, so it's actually showing some data, and then some of and others will do this. They'll actually give information about the status of the carrier in terms of its carrier jump.
Let me into the wing. I want to see.
Gotta. Yeah, well, I guess why not? Let me. Have to get you into the wing, as you say. And what's the easiest way to do that? Here we go. Oh yeah, a whole bunch of people. And so I'll get you both in here. Both. Invite to team. Yeah, that's the way we want to do it. And Otis, invite to team. All right, that'll do that. And the other guys are not in the same thing, so I can't actually do that. All right.
And with commander has joined your team.
Right. And with you folks in the team, you can actually come up to the command deck and poke around up here. So.
How to join a team on foot.
So what?
I don't know how to join a team on foot.
Oh yeah. Hold down Q, and then up to get comms, W, and space to enter that, and it operates like the comms panel from there. You can tab over to social, to the right, and accept the invite there.
Your commander has joined your team.
There you go.
Hi, Carl.
Yeah. And Tetris guy.
Get up there.
Hey there, cat. Hey, nobody.
Ooh. I sense a screenshot opportunity here.
Go for it.
I require the both of you to come in here.
Now I'm worried. Oh, and here being the office, right? Are we plotting? Okay, yeah, we're plotting.
Yes.
We're plotting.
Let's see. Engage photo mode.
I do
Move this
believe that
camera
when
around.
it decides it wants us to sit down out there, it's going to yank us. So I don't think it'll let us watch it from up here, from in this room. I mean, I don't know. Actually, it might. That'd be interesting to see. Well, I guess we'll find out here in a minute or two.
Okay.
You know, seeing your drink there occurs to me that this would have just been, if you were looking for profits, would have been the perfect time to start opening up a chain of Starbucks.
Yeah, just drop a Starbucks station everywhere we go, right?
Well, I mean, the naming and everything of it seems suitable for deep space exploration. And we know they'll go anywhere as long as there's a profit to be made.
That's right. Yeah, we'll post the screenshots to Discord. Oh yeah, that was the thing. Next week, the screenshots that we have, and if we hear from any other commanders, we'll tell their stories, and I'll actually feature them here on the stream. You know, I've had to come up with an appropriate way to display those pictures while we're doing the jumps. I already have several screenshots. I mean, I have a bunch from trips I've taken. Otis has already contributed some, so I'm sure between all of us we'll come up with some interesting places. So it should be interesting to see what we come up with next week.
I like how when you're sitting in a seat and you look around, you actually have head movement.
Yeah, sure enough.
Well, this has been a lovely meeting.
Has it? Well, I'm kind of curious if it's going to yank us out of these chairs, because
It is interesting.
Yeah, I'm just going to sit right here and see what it says.
Market access is unavailable until the jump is complete.
Head to command deck seating area immediately.
Okay. Well, let's see what it says. We are seated on the command deck, but maybe not the seating area that it wants us to be.
Attention. Carrier is now under pre-flight lockdown. All services have been suspended.
There we go. Yeah. It says, get the hell out of the office. Leave your Starbucks for later.
Oh, I'm up here now.
Well, yeah, okay. That's cool. That works.
And the view here kind of sucks with that railing in the way.
I agree. That's why I kind of like it downstairs. The only advantage is you get to see the countdown, right there up in the center console. And of course Carl, and Tetris guy.
Landing pads have been retracted. Hangar bays not secure.
What are you doing, buddy? All of the jumps that I had calculated are right at that 500 light year mark, so I guess we're going to be a little bit off of our destination. I had to kind of recalculate things, but we'll see how it goes.
The other thing I'm curious about is if we use 25% of our fuel and you're planning 5 jumps, something about the math there doesn't seem to.
Well, like I said, we have additional fuel in the cargo hold. So we got a total of the fuel tank is 1,000 units, and we're carrying 7,000 units. Oh. So we've used, if we use 250 units for that jump, you can see we can handle that pretty easily. I was actually expecting it to take a bit less per jump, but we've added. It's the mass that we've added, all these services, and of course the weight of the fuel that we're carrying. So I think that's what's pushed it over the top a bit.
We did have that big Taco Bell run before we left, so.
And all these Starbucks that we're carrying around, that we're going to drop off into different systems. I'm telling you.
And I might have smuggled a distillery in here, but.
So that's what that smoke is coming up from the bow. Yeah. Nobody goes up there, so yeah, that's what it is. I don't know. I always wonder what that smoke was.
Believe me, after spending 6 months with this crew, you're gonna be thinking that's the most valuable module we've added to this thing.
Yeah, probably so.
The frameshift drive has been engaged. It takes 30 seconds to spool up.
Okay, I'm going to look through the top windows this time and see if it's any difference. Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Wow.
That is bright.
Yeah. You get to see witch space passing by up there. But yeah, the brightness of the entry kind of distorts everything. Oh, it looks like we're headed towards something.
Oh,
I wonder if it's friendly.
Effect that you had there, that I didn't have that.
I was hoping we'd see sort of the same lightning effects above too, but it looks like they've.
Yeah, it's just directly ahead of us. All right.
Successful. Security checks have begun.
Outstanding.
All right. We have arrived. So let me see about this next jump and what the fuel situation is. All right.
We're the only one on this one too, but
I'm looking at your seat over here, and it says "cannot interact. Access denied."
It's nice to have a seat that says no. That's right. So
Commander's seat. Violators will be shot.
Yeah. The cat's guarding it. 640 of 1,000. Looking good, actually. All right. So let's see where we can go next. I'll first look at the system that was plotted. SWOLWNS. Let's see, SWI. Okay. I would copy and paste, but you know, I'm doing the stream. I don't want to break focus on this window here. So that one. The cat. Come on, cat. The cat's taking over the mouse again. Hey, buddy. You can nap there. It's okay. You just have to kind of watch. It's just a little over. Yeah, this error is going to build as we go. So let's look at some of these other destinations here. Something a little closer. How about this one? 498. That one's probably not going to work. Well, maybe 498 might work. What was this? So it's really close to the other one. Let's do it. That 500 light year thing is, yeah, they've lied. So
a little misleading, huh?
A little misleading. That's okay. I know. So we'll have to.
It's funny when you first typing that out as SWOL, I thought we were setting our destination to some place called Swole Clowns.
Whoa! I
was like, I'm not really sure I want to go to a place called Swole Clowns.
Swole Clowns.
The skinny ones are scary enough as it is.
Okay, how about back here? That is 480, so that should be well within capability. How about done? Okay. No.
Why not?
Yeah. It doesn't really give a reason. That's a little frustrating. Let's take a look at that again.
All right, I think I found the climate controls. They're right here on this side.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Actually, it looks like they both have individual climate controls. Fancy.
Okay. So back here. So we're gonna go.
Oh, I do not know how I feel about that.
481. How about this? Okay, it's under 480.
These two stations right here, where the bridge crew sits.
It's got to be a permit thing. That's my guess. So let's take a look at that.
These keyboards are mirrored. The one on the left is a backwards QWERTY keyboard.
We had to go around.
There are a few things in this world that scare me, but that terrifies me.
Right.
They're for left-handed typers.
Left-handed typers exist? What other secrets are they keeping from me?
I have no idea. Well, it doesn't indicate that it's permit locked. Yeah, I'm a little confused.
Now remember, whatever you do, do not use the escape pods while you're out this far.
Yeah. You won't be happy. Yeah, so it's not permit locked. It's actually an accessible system. Let's see if the course
slightly outside
is straight. So we're not going around the permit locked area. All right, let's try to go to the side here.
That's so strange.
Yeah, and it's a little frustrating because I don't know what the error is, what the problem is. So that's this 479. Let's try something under 470. How about this one? Okay. Let me jot that down. B432. Okay. PSR. Yeah, right. Oh, we had a suggestion for kind of a creative jump solution. We'll actually look at it. That should be interesting. So our viewer suggested PSRJ 41. I believe this is a. So now it's really ringing a bell. Yeah, it's a bit out there. Yeah, I see why they suggested this. Whoops, wait a minute. You know, I think the carrier actually seriously considered that for a moment.
Amazing.
Yeah. Wait, no, not you. Back up. Yeah, look up. That's right. No kidding. All right, now. We're going to say here. Okay, there we go. Like that one. It's good. So we are getting some commentary from other viewers, and that position that was kind of the top of the galaxy there was one of their suggestions. It's way up there.
It.
Oh yeah. So this is our substitute destination. We make note of it. I still intend to get to our predicted stop. It just may take an extra jump to do it. And next time around, I'll take a look at this plot that we were given. Yeah, because it's looking like there's some. I would assume it's like a rounding error, right? It's a theoretical 500 light years, but maybe it's 500 light years if you look at the path, but that has to go zigzag between the stars, right? So there may be something to that that's causing this confusion.
I would say so.
I wouldn't think. Yeah, it wouldn't make sense to me that that's the case, but that's one possible explanation. The cat is randomly pounding keys is another possible explanation. So. Although I think this time it's not the cat's fault. That's right. He's just kind of looking at me like, "Hey, I didn't do this."
I think what you'll find is that it's never the cat's fault. If you were to ask the cat.
That's right. That's right.
We have
Cat is always a bad idea.
we have 13 of them, by the way.
Whoa! Whoa! Seriously? I knew that you had a lot, but 13. My gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, name them. Name them. Here's a challenge for you.
Isis, Ra, Nyx, Kali, Ares, Eros, Eris. Let's see. That's the family of originals. Then we added Indra, Freya, Ave, and Artemis.
That's
Come
11.
along since then, along with Aura.
Okay.
Trying to think of who I'm. Let's see. We got Kali, Nyx, Ra. That's the Oregon plus the originals.
That last cat is going to be very cross with you.
Yeah, it's like having your children. Oh man, the one that was born.
Yeah,
6 years ago.
yeah.
The little redhead we had. Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Who did I forget? We got the 3 girls. I had 5 of them born in my lap, believe it or not.
Oh man, really?
Yeah, when we had moved from Oregon to Pennsylvania. We were looking at houses to move into. The real estate agent worked at it was like an animal shelter place and said she had found an abandoned cat in one of the houses she was showing. I was like,
Right.
"Do you want her?" And she was this little gray, short-haired Persian. And I was like, "Well, we got 2, but I guess the 3rd's okay." But I was like, "Yeah, look at her, she's super cute." She was. Got in the car real easy, drove home. And here it is January, and I'm thinking, we're like, oh, when spring comes around, since she was just a stray running around, we'll have to get her fixed. So what goes on is she starts to eat, and I'm like, wow, she's filling out really nicely. And Lisa, my daughter, Shay, are like, I'm not sure. And like, no, she's like a little pinata. She hasn't eaten well in so long. She's just, chowing down. Is getting a lot of good food in her. Turns out she was a little more than well fed.
Yeah.
So, but she crawled up 12:30 a.m. one night. She crawls up in the bed, lays on my lap, and the first thing I remember was just like, "Wow, it's damp there now."
Yeah.
And I was like, "The cats have their water break?"
Yep.
And sure enough, pretty soon she just starts pushing out 5 little kittens. That's where we got Ares, Isis, Eros, Eris, and Loki. I forgot Loki. Oh gosh.
Loki. Oh, yeah, you're in trouble now.
Yeah, Loki's not someone you should forget either.
That's right. Yeah.
He was well named.
You were in trouble having one named Eris as well as Loki.
Yeah. I actually had something similar when I was much younger. Going to college, went through a Burger King drive-thru, and I saw this kitten there, just right there under the drive-thru stall. And it's like, no, that's not happening. So we got the kitten and put him in the Plymouth Fury, 1972 Plymouth Fury, about the size of a city block.
Yep.
And came home, and Mom was still alive at the time, so she told me, you may not want that kitten. That's a female. How do you know? Well, it's a calico. All calicos are female. And I said, really? Who says? And a few months later, that cat jumped through my bedroom window, just howling right into the bed. Sound familiar? And yeah, 4 kittens right there. So yeah, it's a pretty similar experience. And I had to go. Yeah, Mom, you're right. It turns
Well, it
out,
turns out
yeah.
the, with this pinata, when it cracked open, it spilled more than candy. Although we've
Right.
kept them all and love them all, so that's saying something.
That's pretty impressive. Yeah,
I didn't realize,
13
yeah,
is something else. Yeah.
when we moved they're all indoor cats, so you can imagine what it's like in here.
Uh-huh.
We moved it. We have a 2,700 plus square foot house with 5 bedrooms. I didn't realize that wasn't going to be big enough because of the number of four-legged children we were going to have. We were planning on getting a cat, or a cat. We were planning on getting a dog when we moved here, but we decided that might be asking a lot to have the dog
Well,
and the
I,
kitties
I
accept.
yeah, I think on the other hand, some dogs and cats, it just they're great
Yeah,
together, but they
and
typically
I've
were
had a
raised
bunch.
together. Yeah.
Most of the time, I like to go to like strays. Cats, there's a lot of them. Actually how we ended up going from 8 to 13. Was there was this beaten up old Tom. He had like broken teeth and torn ears, and I felt bad for him. And I'm like, well, at least got to catch him and put him, get him fixed and stuff.
Hmm.
Uh, and just was kind of planning on trying to catch some of these strays in our area to take care of him. But he was took me like 6 months to get him to accept, being touched and held and all that. And sure enough, by the time I got to the stage, he would not leave my side. He'd follow me everywhere. He's like, no, you're my best friend ever. You give
That's
me
right.
food.
And
And
that's
then
the thing. They
he's like,
remember that.
it looks
Yeah.
kind of, it's here we are in Pennsylvania where you get like 4 feet of snow sometimes. And it's like, it looks kind of warm and cozy in there as he's staring through the front door. It's like, well, we'll just let him in, warm up. It's a little snowy and cold out there because it took me it took me all of the late summer and fall to kind of get him, accepting me as not a threat. And then the next spring comes along, so we finally get him to fix his stuff. That before as spring comes rolling around, he shows up one night and he's got a cat with him, a little kitten.
Really.
I'm like, well, hello. Um, and do you remember the whole Bjorn thing from the Lord of the Rings?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where Gandalf's like, hey, well, here in our, it was just a few of, me and my few companions. He's like, what do you can't call two a few, you know, uh, unless, I forget how, to count. That seems like you don't have enough. And well, and sure enough, 3 more nights in a row, he showed up with one extra kitten. And suddenly we went from 8 to 9 to 13 as he brought 4 of his kids over.
That's pretty remarkable that the Tom was somehow had adopted those kittens from somewhere
Yeah. I,
and
I
knew where to bring them.
one, yeah, and one of them is definitely his because the Freya looks exactly like him. The other
Mm.
one's like more tuxedo types, and one that's almost looks like Kali. We have that little gray, short-haired Persian type.
Right.
Um, there's another one, Artemis. She's the same. It's funny because Kali legitimately dislikes with a passion the one cat that looks like her. She sort of accepts everybody else, but it's like it's a little doppelganger. I sat on the couch one night and watched what was Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know how this goes. You can't let one of them that look like come to life. So he tries to chase her all over the house all the time. I'm like, leave
Yeah.
that poor cat alone. But yeah,
The
we
toughest
have
cat I've ever known that actually belonged to Commander C. Um, and I'm trying to remember his name, but he was just tough as nails. Because I remember one time, and see, you'll have to, if you haven't dozed off on us, you'll have to remind me of his name. But he got really badly sick and just wandered off, and you didn't see him for months. And then he showed back up again, and there he is. He's just one of those Toms that just was indestructible. I'm just trying to remember his name. And he wasn't antisocial, but he was as you described, like most Toms are that are semi wild. They're kind of aloof and standoffish. But he would tolerate being attended to from time to time. But most of the time he's just like, it's good enough to be near you, but I don't want to be petted by you.
Interest really fell into the pets are great. I love attention thing now.
Mm-hmm.
But it took a while to get into that. Now he's like, most of the times. The problem is he doesn't understand that whole pumping action comes with some pretty sharp claws.
Yes, that's right.
And like the ones that are better at us, they seem to know it from like, I don't know, grow up with humans, maybe you get used to it. But he's like, oh, this is really great. And I'm like, no, this is not really
Not
great.
great. No.
If I have to
Ow.
take my blood sugar numbers, I could just do it all along my leg now.
Oh God. What are those streaks for, sir? Well, I have a cat.
Yeah.
Nope, say no more. I understand.
So what I'm hearing from Shade is he's got enough cats to be a Chinese buffet.
Oh.
Ouch.
That one, yeah, that's painful.
Probably you're more likely to become the Chinese buffet if my daughter ever hears you say anything.
You're right. Yeah.
She doesn't watch Twitch, does she? Or, okay, yeah.
Don't take her lightly, right? She's like 5'3" and 88 pounds, but like 7 years old, she could outduel him in World of Warcraft and PvP.
Oh yeah.
She will find ways, to exact her revenge, and you'll never see it coming. That's right.
Don't
fear the little ones. Fear the wee ones.
Yes. It's just like Collie. She's pretty much our smallest cat, the mom. It's funny because she really is. She's just this cute little, like, I don't know, 4.5 pound little gray.
Mm-hmm.
Aries, one of her kids, all of her kids are much bigger, but Aries, he stands on his hind legs and he reaches up to where his paws are, touching my lower ribs. He is a big cat, and I'm like, man, whoever she met, he had to bet a big boy because she has some huge kittens, and not a single one of them came out looking like her. Like, all big, fluffy, long-haired, black and white cats. Mostly black, a little bit of like the chest coloration or highlights on the paws, the socks type of effect.
Yeah, which is a cool look. Yeah, there we go. Okay, let's see where we head next.
15 seconds to jump. Fünf, vier, drei, zwei, eins, stopp.
So you can use those words for more than just ordering beers in Germany. That was the one thing I spent some time in Hamburg after getting out of college and then touring all around. But my extent to Germany was like Danke bitte ein Bier. So I didn't realize you used them for other things besides just using numbers for ordering. Yeah. That was
Oh gosh. So where are we now?
We're facing away from whatever it is that we parked next to. If there's even anything here.
It's probably just
Hopefully
as well.
We are someplace, right?
We are someplace.
Let's give the gal map a little bit of a poke.
It's a red dwarf star.
Nice. Okay, let me see
we got
here.
some planets and everything here.
Oh yeah. So we're gonna go here. See what the damage is.
Hell, Fox, Harkin.
No, we're still good on fuel. Okay.
Okay, well, commanders,
We are on
I
our way.
will-
We'll be there whenever you wake up. So yeah, you want to sack out, go for it.
I'm going to plot a course to my pillow.
Well, thanks
Yeah,
for
I
coming
think I'm
along so far. I will get us to where we're supposed to be.
Hopefully you have better luck plotting the course to your pillow than we've had trying to get to the jumps we were planning. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself sleeping in some strange room
Yeah, no telling. I mean, just.
in a completely different home.
Well, let me see. Bleed
Hal Fox Harkin.
on.
That's what I said. Good old Hal.
Two.
Tell you what
Harkin.
I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to this nearest planet that we're next to, and I'm gonna get first footfall on it.
Okay. Well, just I won't initiate this until you get back. Just let me know.
It won't take too long. I'll let you know when I'm on my way back.
All right. Fair enough. Well, in that case, I'm not gonna even fiddle with ship navigation. You just do your thing, and
No result.
I'm gonna hang out in the bar for a moment.
I can go down to your ship if I wanted to.
Yeah. You sure can. Right now, it's the. Well, you might take a look at it. You'll get a kick out of it, I think.
Is it the Danger Orca?
It's the
In a fight,
Danger Orca.
An
Yeah.
upgraded weapon could be the difference between life and death.
Hey guys. So we're gonna take a moment in between jumps here. Good. Yeah, it's just lots of stars out there.
Attach my name to something in this system.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? Go for it.
Hey, there's a few planetfall planets here if anybody wants to do similar.
Yeah.
Oh, sheesh.
For our folks that may be riding along that don't have a means to communicate with command here, you do so at your own risk. Because we're shoving off and we'll be 1,000 light years away here before long. But that said, yeah, right on the Grand Tour, we will get there. Actually, I know that I'm going to have to plot something that's not quite there, so I might as well try to predict something now. Just not use the carrier interface to do it. So let me poke at my iPad here. Yeah. All right.
Icy body.
Yeah. That mining. Remember we were talking about that. That's not icy body, icy rings. Sorry if you come across that. That's
across
what
me then.
that'd be
Got
important.
a couple icy bodies, high metal content. Rocky body.
I found rocks. So,
Well, there you. All that conjecture about whether or not there were any rocks out here.
Actually, yeah.
Another high metal. What do you got here? This is in the
Ooh.
same spectrum.
Yeah, it's getting worse and worse, isn't it? So let's see.
Icy.
How about you? Okay, it's getting better.
Just one. There's the little patch. This will be it. System scan complete.
Let's see. Switch mode to Strawberry Scanner. Give the system a good ping. Orbital plane established. 12 bodies.
Oh,
Let's see.
look at that.
Cycle back. Hit FSS scanner.
What's this?
I just finished all that. There's some rocky and icy bodies out there. A couple high metal content ones.
Very nice indeed.
I found an interesting system to to park in, but it's still quite distant from where we're wanting to go. Want to kind of stick to the itinerary if possible.
As close as you can. You're gonna have to adjust
No, I'm gonna
based
hit
on
that
the.
system. Our first stop. But just like I said, it's gonna be an extra jump in there. So how about that one? That looks like a winner.
We have a winner.
Of the chicken dinner.
Winner.
And I'm gonna do some research to try to figure out what's going on with the ranges.
Yeah, why the
Yeah.
variation in expected outcome?
That's right.
When you do your normal jumps, it's like, hey, it says it's 27. I know I'm capable of 30, so
Yeah, it's pretty spot on, when it comes to that. But and I can understand when it's just a fraction. It's like 499.5. Okay, great.
yeah, the first one we
There's a
thought,
rounding error, yeah, but it seems to be pretty consistent that it's more than just that. It might by about 10 light years at least, 10 to 20. So we'll figure it out. We're gonna get there. It's not going to consume any more fuel overall because it's distant that really matters with that. I think there's like a minimum fuel consumption, but it's not going to be pretty significant in the grand scheme of things. All right, I think I got a place for us. I'll just, like I say, wait on you guys.
I think I'm gonna call it a night, guys. I was having to still do some work, and people, like to get paid for doing their hours, so I had to do payroll and all that, and realized I left some of it at the office, so it'll get done tomorrow morning. But for every rail car we unload, I have to go in and enter in like all the data for it, and I'm 3 days behind. So yeah.
Ooh.
You are a data entry technician amongst many other things. Yeah.
Yes, I know.
And I know the feeling.
Code monkey code, right?
Yeah, that's right. Code monkey.
Surface scan complete. We got a biological on this one.
Okay, well.
But yeah, so I think
thanks
we'll call it a night.
Thanks for joining us. As I say, I'm gonna drive the carrier to where it needs to be, and whenever you wake up in game, you will be at that system that we agreed on.
Oh, nice.
You can do your thing. So we're at least two more jumps away from there, but we will get there tonight.
If they weren't 15 minutes a jump, maybe, but yeah, no.
Yeah, it's and of course we got folks explorers that are just hey, must get out there,
right? Yeah,
must see stuff, and I totally get that, because hey, that's kind of what we're out here for. So.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's all good. So you have a good night, man. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for joining us.
Yep. 5 a.m.'s gonna come early, so yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
Was at the office 13 hours and then come home, work another 2? Yeah. There's sleep in here somewhere. I just don't know when to schedule it.
You probably slept during the day. You were zombie-like and didn't realize it.
Yes, you're probably correct on that.
Yeah, that was your kind of 30 minutes of trance meditation. So yeah, eating a sandwich. Yeah.
Right. Good night, guys.
Take care, man.
Good night.
All right. Gear down.
But you can see already that we're not even to our first way stop, and you're already able to get first discovery some places. So we're far enough away that we're going to start running into that pretty often.
Sometime here soon, I need to go ahead and get a replacement for my HODAS setup.
Oh, how so? What's happening?
My Z-axis is starting to give out on it, and the yaw paddles are starting to get a little weird.
That might explain the scratch on our big theater window
No,
here. Yeah.
it's not had nothing to do with the piloting or the desire to get a good up close camera shot.
First footfall confirmed.
Excellent.
Oh, wow. Ooh, this planet has atmosphere. Cool.
Don't take your helmet off.
Seems all right to me. Isn't that what Tony Shulob said or whatever in Galaxy Quest?
Yep. It's okay. Yeah.
See, there should be an option to say, you know what, no. We're not going to accept your docking quest.
So I'm curious about something. You're still down on the planet, right, Otis?
Yes.
Well, I'm seeing your emotes up here. At least the text indications of them. You pointed, saluted, etc. Yeah.
Point. Screenshot. There we go. Excellent.
That's funny. All right, I'm back.
Okay, cool. That's one of the wayward flock.
My ship's paint is all scratched to hell and back, and I love it. I refuse to repair the paint.
Oh, heck, why should you?
Every scratch is a memory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, including the one right here in my view screen right now.
Even the burn marks on the top and bottom of it are a memory of how I almost roasted myself.
Okay, how did you roast yourself when you're piloting that thing?
That's what happens when you fly between two binaries that are really close together.
Gotcha. Yeah, that will do it.
Okay, we are no longer mass locked. Let me find the AC. Lock in Super Cruise.
Well, that little quick excursion, just as a point of interest, was 121K for the cartography value.
Yeah, that really goes up if you start finding unique and interesting things: Earth-like planets, water worlds, terraformables, metal-rich, that sort of thing. And you get extra credit if you actually go there and scan the planet.
Yeah. So. I scanned one just to kind of practice, because today I was out there doing that. It's like the bonus probing thing. The only ones that weren't super easy were trying to do one big goal, like Saturn-like giant.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, that's hard to cover. They give you more chances, more probes, but that takes a little bit of more practice.
I think the only ones that are really worth it, the ones that I do regularly, are what I just mentioned, like the water worlds and Earth lakes, for sure. Because I actually want to go there and see it. You know, just
Yep.
And ammonia worlds, you'll come across those from time to time. And the significance of those in game is Thargoids, the resident aggressive aliens, are theorized to be ammonia breathers. So those ammonia worlds are of interest to them. And I don't know of a case aside from lore, and I don't know how much you know about the Elite Dangerous story, because the game has been a thing since 1984.
Yeah.
and there's been a kind of a story built up about it over time. One of which had to deal with one of the versions of the games in the 90s, I believe, that dealt with the extermination of the Thargoids. Commander Jameson went out there and found them in the galaxy and basically used a bioweapon to take them out. And now here they are, like hundreds of years later. They've made a resurgence somehow. So it's reasonable to expect that they had colonies or other means of rehabilitating themselves. And now they're pretty pissed. So
now they're back for blood.
They're back for blood. So Ammonia Worlds, there might actually be Thargoid bases out there, but haven't stumbled across any. That's one of the things I was worried about on this route, that was auto-plotted for us, is that we're kind of in the vicinity of Thargoid, what's theorized to be Thargoid space right now. There's a nebula called Bernard's Loop, and the area in and around Bernard's Loop is all permit locked, a huge area. And that's kind of where the rumor is that Thargoids are coming from, or based out of. So,
be dropping out a super cruise momentarily.
Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, we'll see you, Doc, here in a moment. I think I started to tell the story of the Gnosis the other day, and how that relates to Thargoids. I don't think I finished it, but here that goes. The Gnosis was the first player-controlled megaship. It wasn't a carrier. I mean, they didn't have carriers implemented at the time. Rather, it's similar in size and mass, but kind of triangular shaped, a big, long triangular tube with docking platforms on the flat surfaces of the triangle, all up and down it, and then engines and whatnot. And it was an interesting looking ship. I think it's still out there. But the players, unlike what I'm doing now, I can actually set a course and tell the carrier to go. At the time, they couldn't do that. What, the carrier Carl tell you to flip off, or what? What?
No, I'm targeting you specifically right now.
Okay. That's just too personal.
Not your ship. You.
Like I'm saying, that's just too personal. You not to be doing that. I don't want radar beams off the DBX, penetrating my skull. So the players couldn't directly control the Gnosis, but rather they would tell the devs, okay, we want the Gnosis to go here or there. And that's oh, cool. Hey, thank you, man. Appreciate that. So when the group that was controlling the Gnosis were really bright, they were really an amazing group. They dug into the mysteries of the game very deeply. That's one of the reasons they were awarded this megaship. And they decided, they wanted to go explore the area within Bernard's Loop. Of course, the whole place is permit locked, but they dug around and they found a tiny little area inside that permit locked area that was not permit locked within Bernard's Loop. So they told the devs, "Hey, we want to go there," and the devs said, "No." but we'll if you work with us, we have an idea. How to take advantage of this. You tell everybody that's where you're headed, and make a big deal about it. And all people that are interested in exploration will show up in their exploration ships, and people that are interested in combat will show up in their combat ships. And this happened. People were, hey, we're going to go into the heart of Thargoid territory. The Gnosis is going to take us there. One big jump. So I was part of that group. I had an Anaconda, fitted for exploration. I wanted to see what was in there. So I docked with the Gnosis and went to bed. Much like many of our other trusting commanders have done tonight, right? On the carrier.
Right.
You guys sank out, but you have no idea what you're in for. So Yeah, we're going way up. We're going to that place that guy was talking about earlier. You know, way up on top of the galaxy. Yeah, try to get out of that. So what happened was a bit of a catastrophe. The devs had a clever plan, and if they had executed it as intended, it would have been really amazing. But they missed the timing. So a few hours before the jump of the Gnosis, a Galnet broadcast comes out saying that the Gnosis has been lost. Well, the Gnosis hasn't jumped yet. You know, it's
Okay.
hours away from the jump, and the story that begins about the Gnosis being lost, you know, people that actually stayed awake for the jump were kind of shocked. It's like, what? And then
But
it happens. The Gnosis actually attempts the jump and doesn't make it. And it gets like 2 systems away from its source destination. It gets interdicted by Thargoids and pulled out, and then it's under attack by Thargoids. So here's where the real disaster comes in. Thargoids are tough. You know, they're kind of mid-end game content. So when you have an exploration ship, and a lot of people are there with their exploration ship, you do not do well against Thargoids. So what would happen is people in their explorers would say, "Okay, I need to get out of here." They would take their ship and attempt to launch from the Gnosis, the same sort of hangar setup that you have here. You lift up to the surface, and you're forced to stay there for like a second or two as the clamps are released, and then you can fly. Well, in that second, the Thargoids blew them up. They didn't even have a chance to launch. You know, they would just get blown up coming out of the hangar. And then boom, you know, right there on the surface before they had control of the ship. The second problem was the guys with combat ships. And these were the ones that really hurt. Because combat ships have a terrible jump range. And some people flew like Fertilances with a 10 or 15 light year jump range, all the way at 1,000 light years to meet the Gnosis. So they come out with their combat ships, and they did much better. They went out there, and they're shooting up the Thargoids, and they're defending the Gnosis. And remember when I said megaships and carriers count as stations? They would occasionally, because it happens, shoot the Gnosis. And the Gnosis at that time was what behaved like stations did at that time, was very intolerant of that sort of behavior. And the Gnosis would start shooting at the defenders of the Gnosis, destroying them because they made stray shots at the Gnosis trying to hit the Thargoids attacking the Gnosis. It was a catastrophe. And the horrible thing about those guys is when they respawn, they respawn all the way back in the bubble.
Ooh.
Yeah, oof.
Ooh.
Yeah, that 1,000 light year trip that they made, you know, that tiny little jumps all the way out there. They were really irate. The combat guys were more than anybody. My story with the Gnosis was I woke up the next day after all that had happened. You know, basically the flak had settled, and it had kind of stabilized into a bunch of debris around the Gnosis.
I was going to say,
yeah,
a debris field.
And so I'm looking at this, and I see all these Thargoids out there, and I haven't really read up on what was going on yet. So okay, I had the same reaction the explorers did. I gotta get out of here. So I get my Connie and come to the surface. My Connie is tougher than it's big ship, so it's just a bit tougher than most explorers are. And I didn't even wait. As soon as I could, I boosted right off the pad, right, and just barely got out. Oh my God, it was something else. But the story of the Gnosis is one of the darkest days of Elite Dangerous, but also the brightest, because it proved that the devs and the players could work together to try to create creative events. They needed to do it better, and they did get better. You know, now you have community events that are much better organized, and you know, stuff like that. So I was kind of proud of the attempt, but the execution was pretty poor. So is everybody back
memorable.
aboard? Oh God, yeah. Oh man, you mentioned the Gnosis to anybody, and that So everybody has a story about the Gnosis.
I'm back aboard now. I'm
Yeah.
just hanging out in the hangar.
All right, cool. So let me try this system that I have here out and see if that's going to get us anywhere.
Well, I'm going to go off mic here for a little bit. My daughter, who is kind of a professional streamer here, likes to get fed before she goes and does her
Don't
late
tell her to watch
night
this stream where you forgot one of the names of her cats.
Yeah, that's true.
I
Loki
remember
just
that.
came inside too.
That's right. Yeah, she's probably glaring, glowering at you. Right
And it was a little rainy outside, and I don't know if this is the first effort in revenge, but he walked in. The first thing he did was do the cat shake the water off thing like dogs do too, and just sprayed my legs, my lower half, so now I'm covered in rainwater.
Ow. Man. Okay, well, we'll continue jumping. We'll be here. So yeah, it's all good.
I'll see you out there.
All right. All right. Let's see here. We're gonna figure out what we're doing. All right. Right. We're going to fleet carrier navigation. Driving the carrier. I think
Dun, 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 dun.
that's right. Yeah. Apparently it didn't like that. So. Well, that was. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, here. You. Copy. Here. I think I added a Z in there. Yes. Okay. Now, let's see what this looks like. 472 light years. It's in the right direction. Yes, it's happy. So we'll see where we are after that jump. It's probably going to be 2 more jumps after that. And we will be at our chosen destination.
Super interesting. Hopefully, there won't be any surprises hanging out other than nice visual things.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, I'm glad is that the first planet that you have first footfall on? The one that that you just visited?
There's a few that I made in my journey to the Soul Nebula.
Okay, cool. The Soul Nebula. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm with Jay on the carrier jump duration, and I understand why it is that way, because it's you really need to give players warning that this platform that you were using for whatever is about to leave. So I totally understand that, but when you're trying to make a drive like this, it can take a bit of time. But I am really looking forward to seeing what folks come up with. It sounds like folks are energized themselves. So.
Indubitably, sir. So what's that countdown looking like? I'm down here just outfitting my crate while I'm waiting.
13 minutes or so.
Fair enough. And I actually just ordered all my stored modules that I had to be shipped out this way. It was pretty cheap.
Really?
About 100 credits for each module, except for a few that were about $2,000.
Huh.
But the only downside is the wait time for them. It's 4 hours and 8 minutes.
Yeah, it's going up and up and up as we get further out. Yeah. Some poor guy in a UPS ship is having to wait. He's where? Jump. Yeah. Or maybe we'll have a UPS mega ship pull up to it, says, "Yeah, this Otis guy wants all this stuff here." Goes over a bunch of crates. I guess I'll go upstairs so I can see the countdown. E was trying to point out earlier that I'm getting a kind of an unusual visual effect during the jumps that is unusual. Well, not normal. I'm not sure what's going on with that. So everything kind of lights up, and it's supposed to be very dark.
Funky.
Yeah, it is kind of funky. It's not unattractive. I mean, it works for the concept of you're kind of blinded by this going into witch space thing, but I remember doing a test jump earlier trying to pick up Seraph, and it didn't have that effect, the blinding effect. You might see it on the stream if you replay it later.
Maybe.
Oh my gosh. Let's see. I think the cat gave up on me. he's off taking a nap now. See if I can track him down. Oh yeah, he's way out there. Yeah, he's curled up in his favorite little, I'm out of the way spot.
Eh. Decals. Yes, let's slap some decals on here. I was in a bit of a rush when I bought this, so I didn't have time to do any of that.
The Crate is a great ship for exploration, but I think you're going to like your DBX better because of the work you put into it. To get that jump range.
Yeah. I just have good memories with the Crate, so I got one out of nostalgia.
Yeah. I didn't know that you'd had one before. I think. Thank you, Carl.
Thanks, Carl.
So I think that Copper is the only other one that I know of that has a Crate Phantom, kitted for exploration, and I considered it, but I stuck with my Connie because I really have good memory. You talk about nostalgia, right? Heck, I went all the way up to Beagle Point and back, with my Connie. So that's why I'm sticking with it. And that trip that was Distant Worlds 2. You know how occasionally you get groups that do these organized kind of tour of the galaxy sorts of things, and one of the larger ones was the Distant Worlds tours, I guess you call them. And I think they've done 3 now, 1, 2, and 3. 1 was famous. It was the first time it created a whole bunch of firsts, including, I think, having all those people out at Beagle Point. 2,000 ships, I recall, took part in that.
Wow.
And Distant Worlds 2 was even bigger, But what would happen is it was a long route. They tried to route you close to points of interest. The way stops had interesting things that had already been discovered, and that was good actually, because there were stretches of that were just a grind. You're going system to system to system. Wow, it's just taking forever. And sometimes you just don't find interesting things in some of those long runs. Particularly, and this is strange, on the far side of the galaxy, the opposite side of Sagittarius A star, there aren't as many nebula. There just aren't, and I'm not sure why that is.
Noticed that when I was looking for some to potentially go visit later.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it has to do just a pet theory. I think the developers, where possible, tried to draw from real astronomical data when they populated the galaxy. And it's simply not easy to see what's on the other side of the galaxy because there's so much stuff in the way, gas clouds, stars, etc. So it may simply be that when they populated the galaxy from known data, they knew nebula were here and there, but they didn't know about the nebula on the other side, so they just didn't include them because it wasn't in the charts. that may not be a valid theory. It may just be, random. It may be that they have a reason for that, and that's one of the wonderful mysteries of Elite. The devs have been great about not revealing those mysteries, even if it's just random chance. That we didn't intend to do that, but there it is. They'll let people try to dig at it, to see if there is meaning in the madness. And I really respect that, because that's the whole point of the exploration thing. You don't know, so you try to find out. And I remember, just the dark tea time of the soul was going around the far side of the Sagittarius A star, because there was just a long stretch that I didn't see anything really interesting. I almost lost hope. And then you get to the final jumps to get to Beagle Point, and they're long leg jumps, right? You got to cross this void between one spiral arm and the other until you get to the point that you have a fairly easy path to get to Beagle Point. And mind you, Beagle Point is significant because at one point it was the farthest point you could get from Sol in the galaxy with a tech at the time. That was like, and engineering didn't exist. So maximum jump range was like an Asp Explorer or a Connie, I forget what, but it was not much more than 45 light years. And here you are in your DBX, with over 100, right? So,
if I boost, yeah.
Yeah, no kidding. So that's why Beagle Point is so significant. At one point, it was, the destination, the farthest you could go, and you really just had to. It was a challenge, a navigation challenge to get there. And it still kind of is, even with long leg ships. So you get to Beagle Point, and at that point, there wasn't anything there. I happened to reach it at a time that there weren't any other commanders present. I did it in an open, right? We talked about that way back when. The advantages of being in a private group versus open on exploration trips. And if you're doing something like Distant Worlds, you want to do it in an open because you want to interact with everybody. And there wasn't anybody out there. And the star was there, and the system was there, and I almost felt a little let down. And I was like, all right, well, what do I do next? Go home. And it was a long trip back home. Some people would self-destruct. They would try to take the easy way out, just blow up the ship and respawn at the nearest station, which at that time was way back at Sagittarius A star. So interesting what there is and isn't in various places in the galaxy, and the mystery as to why the distribution is the way it is. So. Well, let's see. We are 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
So the next jump.
Let's see here. Oh, I gotta be standing up to use the map.
Yeah, that's a thing. I think the being able to sit down is very new, so they just haven't built a lot of tech into it. I'm kind of delighted to be able to sit down at all. All that standing up is kind of cramping my legs.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
So we're going out this way.
Services are offline. Market access.
And let's see, how many jumps is that? Let's see, I know. Let's see, we're going here, so that's 1, 2.
Carl says sit down, damn it.
I'm sitting down. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so yeah, 9. So not counting this jump, there are 9 more jumps until I'm close enough to probably scoot across to that one system that I wanted to look at.
Really? Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. You mentioned that in the Discord. Yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah, that's supposed to be a double pulsar.
Really? So
Yeah.
by pulsar, I guess we're talking about neutron stars.
Yeah.
Okay. So wow. I have seen a system that had 2 neutron stars, but they were not close together. You know, they were like 30, 40,000 light seconds away. So how close are these? Or do you know?
Not sure. I just found this based off of actual astronomical data. I was listening to some, space stuff on YouTube, and
Yeah.
that system came up as one of a few peculiarities that were found throughout the galaxy. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to see if that's in Elite. So I went through the various designations of the system because there's like 2 or 3 designations for each star out there.
Right. Right.
And I found one that lined up, and that's the one that I pointed out.
That's awesome. I mean, again, that's something I really love about Elite is they've done that. They've taken real objects and plugged them in, and you can go there and visit them. So, yeah, I really appreciate that they've done that. That's cool. Yeah, yeah. I look forward to the screenshots.
I just can't actually confirm if it is what it says it is from the actual data in the game because there is no system data available for it. At least not on the galaxy map.
Well, yeah, there wouldn't be until you actually visited it yourself. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's an anarchy thing. So, yeah. Oh, here we go. Next show coming up.
Dun dun dun.
Attention all personnel. The frameshift drive has been engaged.
That ominous whining coming from the back
I
of the
love
ship.
it. Yeah. It's almost as good as a supercharged V8.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Let there be thunder and lightning.
There we go.
Let's see what happens. Whoosh. Facing away from the star again.
Yeah. We're getting lucky like that. I actually like the dark. I mean, it's... Alright.
Navigation. See what we got. Galaxy map. What we got nearby. A whole lot of swoyons, I think is how you pronounce this particular area's
You
name.
pronounce it however you want to, yeah. It's, I've always been curious exactly how they came up with the sector names. You know, those the crazy pseudo-random names, ipso facto, you know.
Indeed.
Let's see here.
Okay, so it's a brown dwarf, and that's literally it. There are no planets in this system.
Okay, so we're getting really close. This is our intended destination over there, and it is 575 light years away. So we're going to have to find an intermediary somewhere between. Let me see it. Let me see it. Alright, there we go. So, yeah, nothing really crazy going on here.
It's 553.
How about this one? Yeah, let's pick this one. I know we're gonna have to do 2 more jumps, so. This is HYLUR B14-0. All right. Were you gonna take a peek out here, or can I just go ahead and program the next jump?
You can go ahead and program the next jump in.
Okay.
When you see one brown dwarf, you've seen them all.
Yeah. Tell a scientist that, though. I'm with them, you know. Hey, I'd be delighted to see a brown dwarf. Let's see here. Let me see what our fuel situation is. May have to stock up. No, we're still doing good. Okay. So, navigation. Alright, there. We're going there. Yeah, that's the place. I don't mind 6 jumps instead of 5. I was planning on 5 every night, but you know, the extra jump isn't going to kill us. I'm just curious about the range limitation. It seems pretty arbitrary. We'll figure it out. Alright, next jump set. And it failed. What in the world?
Monkey.
Yeah, and this one's 461 away. Alright. It wasn't permit locked. It's not a fuel problem. Yeah, just... I'll tell you what, let's try... let's try the next one back, because it should be just fine. Any of these... Ooh, that one looked interesting. Let me see. See, I'm going squirrel now. You know, I see, ooh, shiny star. You know, I want to go look. $411 light years. Will you take that one? Yes. Okay. So that gets us most of the way there. And we'll see where we are fuel-wise after that. I think I'm going to have to top it off, but it's looking all right. Tank's down to 39% at this point.
15 plus.
What's that dead ahead of us? Yeah, let me... Okay, never mind. That's just my reticule. Oh, seriously, I'm lousy at being able to see what's straight ahead. So I have the reticule that you use for the mouse, turned up, and there really isn't anything dead ahead. It's just it kind of looked like
it does look like a star.
Yeah, it does look like there's a star there, but I think it's just something that happens to be in the way. So it's all good. I think I'll watch this one from downstairs. 5 billion for a carrier, and you can't change the elevator music.
That's unfortunate.
Somebody likes that music. Oh my gosh. So you said you had a crate before. What were the circumstances around it, and why did you give it up?
I was excited to finally get my hands on an Imperial Clipper at the time.
Oh, okay, yeah. I get you. Now we're talking about the
middle one.
The clip, okay, yeah. That actually is an awesome ship. It's just surprisingly versatile. Um,
This doesn't have very big hard points on it.
no, but I remember it's my favorite mining ship. You may not think that that's true, right? And I think most people would argue that the Python is probably God's own mining ship. Um, but mine was the that middle Gutarama, the 20 odd million one, and I always get Cutter and Clipper mixed up.
Yeah. That's
Um,
why I say the middle one.
the middle one, yeah, the middle one, because the problem I had with mining, particularly if you're doing just mining lasers, ship mining stuff, is it puts you to sleep. They and if you have something like a Type 9, which you can go mining in a Type 9, particularly out here where they're not pirates. Um,
Well, does
four,
that, does that
six.
does that mean that the wall's not going to get much use out here?
I brought the wall. I did bring the wall, but I also purchased the Type 9 for mining. So yeah, the wall's probably going to sit in the hangar, getting a well-deserved rest at this point. And I might explain to our viewing audience what the wall is in a moment. But you fill up the Type 9, you fit it for mining, and you have hundreds of units of storage space. It takes hours. I mean, literal real-time hours to just, God, bzz, and next rock, bzz, and that's cool for a little while, but it drains the soul. And by the time you've done that for as long as you can stand to sit down, that the thing's still not full. Yeah. So that was my problem with mining. Getting back to the Gutarama ship, the middle one. It's kind of the perfect combination of it has a large cargo hold, and you can fit everything you need on there for mining. But by the time you're ready to stop mining, it's run out of cargo, and it seems that curve matches. Okay, I'm done. I'm ready to go home now, and my cargo hold's full. Those match up with that ship. The Python, has a bit too much cargo hold, and the Type 9 has way too much cargo hold. So that's
Way
really
too
the only
much.
reason. That's really the only reason that I like the Gutarama for that. It's also a really cool ship to see mining. Put it in that like sleek black paint job, and set it out there on the dark side of a ring, and you can't see it for the mining lasers. It's cool.
Shut off the mining lasers, can't see it at all.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So that's that. But now they have some pretty exciting sorts of mining. The deep core stuff, blowing up asteroids. And I've never mastered that. I've always wanted to try and get better at it, but I've just never mastered it. And maybe this is an opportunity to try. We don't have a place to sell low temperature diamonds or void opals or anything you might find using that method. We certainly can't fill the carrier up with it because we need the carrier space for fuel. But that said, and it's worth just perfecting it out here because nobody's going to be out to disrupt your attempts to do so. I think the optimal ship is supposed to be something relatively small and nimble, so you can kind of get around the rock and put the things in wherever you need to put the bombs, and then be able to back off quickly enough. But yeah, I haven't actually tried it. Well, I have tried it. I wasn't good at it, so I really can't advise on it.
Yeah. All the times I've done mining, I've always just stuck with the lasers.
Yeah. Which kind of goes back, for me, that goes back to EVE Online and kind of how mining worked back then. I was like, oh, yeah. Laser mining. Oh boy. It's funny though, in all of these space games, that's how you start out. You typically have some small fighter or a ship with a mining laser, and they tell you go break rocks for a while. It's almost like you're in Leavenworth, right? here's a hammer. Here's your rocks. Just break them up.
Carrier jump sequence is underway. Lockdown begins in 5
And that's the story of John Rambo.
Yeah, right. That is kind of pretty. It's
Wonder
too
what
bad. No, go ahead.
I wonder what that odd little nebula off to the left a little bit looks. It looks like a giant planet with a ring on it.
I believe that is. You're making me break my brain. That is a galaxy. Of course, you see the Magellanic Clouds. I don't know if we can see them from here. But they're pretty recognizable, and you see them just about everywhere. Yeah, they're not in the view. But that thing over there is actually a galaxy between us and the distance to the Andromeda. Because everybody knows about the Andromeda galaxy, you know.
Yeah, it's gonna eat us one day.
It's going to eat us one day. But there's one that's large and closer. I want to say it's Centaurus. And that's it. You know, that's just another galaxy that's so large and so close. It's quite distinct. So we have in our proximity 4. You know, the Magellanic Clouds may or may not count as galaxies, depending on who you ask. You know, it depends if you ask Tyson. You know, he kills planets, right? He might kill galaxies too. He's very mighty. But then that
Closest galaxy to Milky Way is Canis Major Dwarf Galaxy.
Yeah. There you go, Canis Major. Thank you. I knew it began with a C. And I believe that's what it's supposed to be, is the Canis Major. If you pull up some pictures of it, and you can kind of confirm it for yourself, whether it actually resembles it or not.
On a few of these, it does, yeah.
So there you go. Cha-ching! And again, hats off again to the elite devs, you know, for putting in an accurate representation of our sky and nearby environs. All right, I guess I'll go ahead and take my. I haven't sat over here yet. See this.
Hey, the armrest fixed itself.
Did it?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Carl, did you do that? No.
Good job. Good job. Good job.
There is no way that he looked up from his high score game there, whatever it is. He is definitely glued to that iPad. And then we have Tetris and reverse Tetris, like you pointed out.
Okay, so even the view from the very back seats over here is still better than those seats off to the side of the command seat.
Yeah. It's just too obstructed up there.
It's those armrests.
You know, it's been a while since I've been in an IMAX theater, and this every time we kind of sit down for one of these jumps, it kind of reminds me of that experience. Except for, hey, the cat's bed. Hey, you doing, bud? Except for the fact that it's kind of a cliff. Some of them are almost vertical seating, you know. But yeah, you get that chair and you kind of lean way back and you're looking up and you just kind of let everything wrap around you. It's pretty cool.
Have you actually seen how the IMAX cameras, how the projectors actually project onto that curved surface, like the mechanical details that are built into that camera?
Mm-mm.
I keep calling it a camera, but it's not. It's a projector. But
no, go ahead.
As the film is progressing through the projector, it's got a little cog mechanism that actually stops the film dead, and it bulges outwards in the direction of the surface that it projects onto, and it holds that position for like a split second, then it flicks to the next segment, and then it does the same thing.
So it's like essentially punching each frame a little bit to get a fisheye. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Damn, that's clever.
I ain't been to one of those in forever. The last one I went to was a history of flight down at the IMAX at the Space and Rocket Center.
Yeah, I remember that one. That was awesome. That was great. I remember the last one I went to was at Kennedy years ago, and it was the Hubble Deep Field. And what they had done is they had it was computer generated, of course, but they took the deep field image, which is just wow, and calculated the distances from us to those individual galaxies that are in the deep field, and then created kind of a 3D model of it, and you flew through it, and it was just it knocked my socks off. It was just really amazing. And then the same one they did the same thing for a few nebula, like the Horsehead and the Pillars of Creation. And if you know the Pillars of Creation, they kind of look like shooting stars going straight up, you know, two or three next to each other. And what it is it's a star-forming nebula with a couple of big blues that are just punching their way through the nebula and kind of leaving a wake behind them. And they call it the Pillars of Creation, you know. And yeah, wow is right. When they did that 3D model of it, and you fly through it in IMAX. Woo! So I could stand to see that again. Good stuff.
Sounds cool.
And yeah, the Space and Rocket Center always has good stuff too. Haven't gone there in a long time.
I've been thinking about going there here recently.
And now that we've talked about it, yeah. We talked with C about it because on one of the jams, he had a summer job down there. You know, you just, you know, kind of maintenance staff stuff, right? But still, you know, he got to see parts of the park that people don't normally see, and see it at a time people aren't normally there. So you got the best attraction at the best times and the best view. I thought it was pretty awesome. Oh, here we go. We're about to go that away.
And now we emerge.
Yeah. I always like kind of the surprise of what we're going to see.
And behind curtain number 1.
Hey!
We got a fuel star this time.
Yeah. Check them out.
Wonder how many tons per second the fuel scoop on this thing pulls in.
That's a good question.
You'll see the size of the star decrease by about a quarter.
Yeah. Like a little balloon. All right. Sweet.
Navigation. System map. What do we got? Wow. Oh, I see rings.
Icy rings. Well, this
I don't know if they're actually ice rings. Oh, we've got icy rings on this. It's an ice planet with a ring. Gas giant with a ring, obviously.
Well, this isn't our final stop, but it's pretty close. It's probably within that 500 light year distance. So it's something to note and maybe come back to.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I will bookmark it.
All right. So I'm gonna try to put in our last destination, and we'll see what the carrier says about that. All right. And that'll be where we park it for a week. Oh yeah, fuel's looking real good. Okay. And navigation. Right. Yeah, that's our bookmark. It is only 163 light years away. So it should be just a little hop and skip for the carrier. Does it take it? What? It failed. Oh, you're killing me, carrier. Okay, maybe there's like a cooldown thing going on that I'm being too quick. Yes, that's what. Yeah, that's what's going on. There's a jump cooldown. It's like at least 3 minutes. So I bet you that's what it's been all this time. I just now noticed that. That makes sense. See, they didn't put this in the carrier flight ops manual. Be patient. Have patience, said Gruberman. Yeah. What's that? How long will that take?
Ow. All right.
Have you heard
Got the
that
system
that
marked,
skit?
so I can come back to it.
Oh, cool. Have you heard that skit before? I'm trying to remember who did it. Taekwon Leap. That was the name of the skit. Kind of a radio thing. And
I
now,
don't think I've heard of it.
And now I teach you Taekwon Leap. And then he has the student, and of course I'm butchering it. But then he has a student, Ed Gruberman. Yeah. How long is this going to take? Ed Gruberman, you must learn patience. Yeah. How long will that take? So Ed Gruberman's a very impatient man. Taekwon Leap is like a path to a door. It's not a path to a door, but rather a road leading forever to the horizon. So, Ed Gruberman really irritates the teacher, and he says, Ed Gruberman, for you, I shall demonstrate Taekwon Leap. Okay, great. Now we're getting somewhere. Boot to the head. So, yeah. You got to listen to the original skit. It was, I think it was like on Dr. Demento back when that was airing on the radio. It was funny. So let me try. And now that I have learned patience, let me try this again. That's probably what it was all along. The carrier's like saying,
Still a nice
chill,
view.
man. Chill, man. And yes, it took it. So, all right.
Excellent.
Mystery solved, I think. So we have learned something. Last jump of the night coming up. All right. Yeah, it is a nice view. We've got the nice populated star down there. I haven't actually had a chance to look at any of these systems. Let me do that now.
This one's got a lot going for it.
Let's see, system map. Oh my. Yeah, look at that. Whoa.
Definitely one to come back to.
Yeah. It looks like it's been visited before, though. But that's not going to stop us because, if it has decent ice rings, don't care who explored it first. We need
still
gas.
A fuel source.
We need gas, so yeah. See if it's been picked over. Yeah, it's been picked over pretty well. This Silverheed.
Yeah, this system is sort of in the hyperlane for Colonia.
Well, we've tried to veer off of that on our plot, but yeah, you're right. We're still within like 1,000 light years of it at this point. And this is a system. It's a interesting star. It's a binary, so I can see where somebody dropped by. But you will note that they're just first discovered by, right? So you don't have any first. they just have any there are no first footfalls. So that means whoever came through here either didn't care to land anywhere, or it happened before Odyssey, years ago. Although I thought they reset the first discovered by when Odyssey came out. Anyway, yeah, you're right. This would be a good one to come back to and check out.
Whoa! Look at the CME coming off of that star over there, just off the fin to the left.
Yeah, I've always wondered if you actually see the same effects. Yeah, because I'm not seeing anything particularly unusual. Just yeah, that was shade, I think.
There's a sizable solar flare coming off that.
Yeah, I do see a bit of a solar flare, but I'm not sure it's the same one you're seeing. You might actually see, if you happen to have the stream up, you can see what I'm seeing right now. I'm looking right at it. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Where the rendering is slightly different, between clients, and I guess that makes sense. It's hard to, to have something like that be consistent. That's maybe too much detail. Fortunately, those prominences and the arcs don't mess with us all that much. Fortunately. Now there's a pretty big one. I see it now. Yeah, there's one coming into view. Oh, I saw something really interesting concerning currents, retrograde circular currents that have been observed on the surface of the sun that just are amazingly fast, just blindingly fast, and not sure what's causing them. Things like sunspots, these flares, coronal mass ejections, like you mentioned, they're the mechanisms behind them. There's a decent understanding of what's going on there, but what goes on inside the sun is just all theory, because there's no way that we can stick a probe in the sun and yeah, go figure out what's going on in the core, and tell us how that fusion's going.
We'll just stick it with a meat thermometer.
That's right. Is it over 165? Yeah, 165 million. But these passive observations, of what goes on the surface to try to figure out what goes on inside, have, over the course of decades, revealed just really strange currents that, as I say, they're...
Attention all personnel. Carrier jump sequence has been initiated. Attention. Carrier jump sequence has been initiated.
That just really don't have a good explanation right now. There don't seem to be convection. They don't seem to be related to magnetism or the effects of the rotation of the various layers. Maybe different layers at different speeds and different directions, that sort of thing. So it's a bit of a mystery, and I read that today, and I was like, that's pretty cool. There's still a lot to learn from even our local star.
Plenty to learn. Because that's a lot of space there.
Yeah, that's a lot.
There's a lot of space with a lot of mysteries to go with it.
Well, let's see here. Carrier seems to be holding up all right. I see the guys that were dozing back here have taken off. One more jump, guys. You can do it.
Man, I am long overdue a trip back home.
One more jump.
Meant to be relaxing.
We've only got 8 minutes left.
Nothing about my homeworld which ticks that box.
Fair point.
Whoa, ouch.
Hello there.
I just get run down by a guy that drives a DBX through my windshield.
I have a bad habit of running into things.
You are never going to live that down. You know that.
I'll show you. I'm gonna go buy a Sidewinder from the ship stores and just slam it into the
Oh man,
canopy here.
I bet. You can wait at least until we get there. I don't think you can do it in 2 minutes.
Yeah, I'll wait till we get someplace that has a station nearby because I don't want to respawn back in the bubble.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll let me respawn here.
I don't know. I'm sure it will. I mean that's the idea, right? If you get destroyed near the carrier and the carrier was the last place you docked, you will respawn here. But I don't know about aggressions against the carrier. That's what I'm worried about. You know, crime against the carrier might actually force you to go to the nearest penal colony, which is guess where. So
way away.
Yeah, don't shoot the carrier. Maybe don't crash into the carrier either for the same reason.
So no crashing into the carrier at 300 meters per second.
Yeah. Whatever you get the Sidewinder to do, try to convince it that it's not actually going to collide with anything. What we can do is get two of you outside of the no fire zone and just do a collision course and see what happens. Bam. Eject at the last minute and watch your Sidewinder disintegrate.
Beep.
Any passengers who wish to remain in the system must depart the carrier within the next few minutes.
Let's see what we got. We got 5.5 minutes.
Yep.
5.5 minutes to boldly go where not many have gone before.
Yeah, a small number. A pittance. I think we had a lot of detours and this extra jump this time around, but it should go much quicker the next time we decide to do this. Started at 8 o'clock and it's a little after 11 Central Time. That's quite a bit longer than I hope these things normally go. I think it was planning an hour and a half. It's up to 3. But well,
there's a little bit of shenanigans going on.
Well, sure. We're trying to get everybody docked to the carrier and go collect them, and then the small learning curve on my part, to be patient and group them. Glad I finally noticed what was going on. That was going to bug me for a while. Why can't I jump like 2 centimeters? I just noticed the word sealed written all over the windows here. That's very reassuring, but why do we even have to bother noting that they are sealed? Is there a condition when they're not? I mean, do we pop the windows to let the air out, in or out at some point? Maybe, yeah.
Services are now offline. T-minus 3 minutes until frameshift jump.
All right, thank you.
That was a noise.
That was a noise.
All services have been suspended.
They always gotta make these alarms for like hyperspace jumps so ominous.
Well, you've heard ship horns, air horns on cargo vessels. Well, not just cargo vessels, but any large ship, has a very loud voice. So I'm totally for it. But I think Carl just likes hitting the button, pop, pop, pop. It just
Sounds like him.
we have to restrict him to 3 whenever we arrive. So otherwise, he just mash the thing.
Let there be faster than light travel. So which form of hyperspace is this? Is this Star Wars where you're just going really fast? Or is this like Stargate or Halo or Warframe or yeah.
I think the latter, because the idea is you're actually going into another space-time called witch space and traversing through it and then coming out the other side. So you might think of it as hyperspace, just really, really, really fast hyperspace. Because if you think about it, we're going to travel 500 light years in 10 seconds is just mind-bogglingly fast.
Yeah. Because in science fiction, you always have just those two types of hyperspace. There's the going exceptionally fast, and then there's the other one where you just bludgeon reality out of the way and just teleport.
Punch a hole.
Attention all personnel.
Rend open the fabric of reality. And just kick the throttle a little bit, and there you go. You're where you need to be.
We're about to be where we need to be very shortly.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's see what sort of star awaits us on the other side.
I'm curious, yeah.
Facing away again.
Yeah.
Turn on the flashlight. Stand up. Navigation. Galaxy map.
Alright, here we are.
Looks like a whole bunch of red stars nearby. Let's have a look at the system map next.
Not much here, just us.
Just us and an asteroid belt.
Yeah. But that's perfectly fine. We like it lonely. And Oh yeah, check it. There are several interesting stars really close by. I see a big blue. I'm sure the interesting ones, as you point out, we're so close to the colonial trade route that a lot of this has been picked over. Let me pick one at random and kind of see. Yeah, this is a nice section. It's looks like it is about 1,000 light years from the nearest starport. We are paralleling that route for quite a ways, but we will diverge from it here soon. So it's good. I think the opportunities here are ripe. We'll find out. Whee! Oh man! All right. So let me check on the carrier. Ah, yeah. Carrier steps, not that one. Carrier status. Is actually the fuel was pretty much spot on where I thought it would be after all that. It took about 750 units, give or take, and the extra is the diversions that we made to pick up C and stuff like that. So yeah, really nice. I'm pleased. We are exactly where we should be. See, there we go. That that dwarf is to our starboard and down. So it's not, yeah. That's how all that turned out. Okay, cool.
Hey, I got into my ship and I hit it with the scan, and it turns out there are 2 planets in this system.
Really? We just didn't pick them up.
If that's the case, I'm gonna go ahead and auto launch since I think this is our last stop for the night.
It is. This is where we're going to be for a week.
I'll go give the system a little poke, see what we got around here.
All right, man. Well, I think I'm going to wrap it up, and I'll post to the various places that we have arrived in the morning. But
Sounds like a good plan to me.
Getting some sleep at this point sounds like a great idea.
You after a weapon or an upgrade? Maybe even something else.
I'm actually gonna head over to the bar, and I think that's where I'll look. Well, folks, that watched us go through all this evening, thank you very much. You have a good day, and next week we will have hopefully a shorter jump sequence, but some screenshots to share. So, everyone have a good evening, and y'all take care. Let me find that. There we go. There's a button for this.